Vinyl is a lot like CDs
Yeah.
because even though it's a long play record, they have the little notches where you set the needle down and start it right at the beginning of each song. A cassette, you had to sit there and hit that damn fast forward button till it got to the next song, and then if you went over it, you had to rewind it. If you're just right with that needle, you can set that song right in the groove, and it'll catch,
Mm.
and you still have that silence for the next song starts.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where if you kind of look at it in a way, vinyl was a CD before CD came out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The thing that I never understood that Garth said about vinyl was when he was talking about vinyl over the last year, he's talking about vinyl, and he made a comment about his daughters wanting vinyl. And he said, vinyl is something that you keep forever. You own it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I own the CDs. I own the cassettes. There's no difference in owning the music on vinyl or on CD. That's the thing that didn't make sense to me because I'm like, wait, he's saying they want it on vinyl because then it's theirs and they own it. No, you own it even if you're buying the CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the one comment that he made that made no
I
sense to
think
me.
he was trying.
And it's my fault, guys, that we're late. I am so sorry. I went down the hall and it took me about 5 minutes to come back, which should have took me about 30 seconds. I was gone for 5 minutes because I got in an important conversation with my son. So it's my fault that we're late. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, where it's not just. I mean, or we didn't mind Trish because basically while Bill was kind of like schooling me on like pretty much the difference between like analog and digital and the benefits of both, like pretty much the perks of both of having both. So, because while Bill said that when he listened to the album to prepare for this review, he went old school and listened to the actual CD on his CD player. So
Nice.
yeah, so but because he asked me if I listened to it, if I listened to the MP3 version or if I listened to the CD, and I was like, well, I actually listened on my computer, because the songs were already on my computer, so I actually went digital. Like I'm actually listening to it digitally.
I listened to it digitally on my MP3 player
Yeah.
through these headphones.
Yeah, but that's like at least I listen to it through headphones because sometimes you can actually hear. Sometimes you can hear. Oh, what?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say that when it comes to headphones and listening to music, because I'll be honest with you, I'm really big, like really passionate about music. I actually, this may sound crazy, but I actually prefer to listen to music through headphones for some reason because sometimes you can hear parts of songs that you can't normally hear. I mean, when you just have the sound, like the song just playing. I mean, when you have like the music like focused on like in your ears, sometimes you can be like, "Oh my god, I didn't know this song had so much bass in it," or "I didn't know that there was like acoustic guitar, like acoustic guitar is playing in the background or something."
Now, for anyone joining us right now, first of all, my fault that we're late. So sorry. And if you don't know this, tonight is our track by track re-review. Yes, I said re-review of the self-titled debut Garth Brooks album. Okay. And we will speak about the videos. There was 2 videos. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys, but you can give your opinions on let me try that again. Your opinions on the video. We will probably talk for half an hour or so before we get started. Okay. On the actual review. But welcome. Let me send the official thing, and then I will do my official greeting.
Yeah.
So if you're new to my streams and you're here for the review, if you're watching this as a video later, you may want to skim through the first 20 minutes to see if we've started the actual review yet.
But yeah, I totally agree, Sax, Alvin, especially with the surround sound headphones. Yeah. Oh, what?
The re-review is all my fault.
That's right. The re-review is all Wild Bill's fault.
To be honest, if Wild Bill had not mentioned it, we would have never done that. Well,
Yeah.
at least I don't think we would have.
Here's the
Because
thing, guys. Anybody that watches my channel, this live stream channel, knows that Alvin and I have done reviews before. And when we come up with the idea, or when I came up with the idea of reviewing all of Garth Brooks's albums, Wild Bill was not in the first review, but he liked the first review and asked if he could join for the rest. And we were like, oh dear God, yes. And then we had the idea of re-reviewing the first album so that Wild Bill could give his opinion on it. So we're re-reviewing the first album. And yes, it still sucks.
yes, it still sucks.
Let me do my official greeting. Wild Bill! Elwood! Saxon! Patrick! And let me throw this in here just in case. Corey! Robert! Marky! Welcome back! Wait. Love vinyl? Latest record on vinyl I bought was Toby Keith, Should Have Been a Cowboy, 25th anniversary. Oh, I didn't know he did one. It feels weird not to be on camera tonight. Well, now I can be nice and let you on camera. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, that was that was funny. It was like accent. Robert said you gave out
just how this album is what I wanted to review.
Yeah. Garth does, and will forever suck.
It's all for you.
Justin! Officer Justin in the house.
You know what really feels weird? You know what really feels weird though, guys? No Frozen Girl tonight.
I know. We love you, Elsa, and we understand why you're not here. Rest, and we hope you feel better. No, she's not here because she's sick, but she is sick. She's not here because she hates Garth.
Yeah, she hates Garth. Yeah. But the funny thing is like, yeah. She hates Garth, so she doesn't want to be part of the Garth reviews, and yet she also hates Taylor Swift. But she actually wants to be part of those reviews because she has some things to say.
If y'all want some real fun, wait till Alvin and I do a Taylor Swift track by track review. And just be in the comments and read what Elsa types. Oh my God, she is freaking hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, she is so great. That's the reason why I really
want to join
from this one.
Yeah, I was wondering what Bill.
No, there were actually 3, Saxon.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, Wild Bill. If you would at least be in the comments watching that review or whenever we do it, just to.
No, wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there was actually 4 released from this album.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was 4, wasn't there?
Because he released Much Too Young. Hang on, don't say anything. I'll get it. It'll come to me. If Tomorrow Never Comes, Not Counting You, and his signature song, The Dance.
Okay, well, I just learned something new. Well, to be honest, you probably told me the first time we do the review, but I had no idea Not Counting You was actually, it didn't get released song.
But it actually was released from the album to radio. No singles, guys. No singles. These are not singles. I don't give a shit what he says. If I can't go buy it by itself, it's not a single.
So technically, The Dance is not a single.
Technically, yes. London, Happy Turds Day.
Happy Turds Day or Turds Day.
Fun begins when y'all review Taylor, so we can make fun of her. Oh yeah,
that's when the fun begins.
You.
I was going to say, Elsa hates.
Oh wait, what?
Hates Garth about as much as I hate Taylor.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I know y'all was wanting to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's actually clever though. Happy Turds Day.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of Taylor, even though we're not doing her tonight or anything, this is the 2-month anniversary of Folklore. So.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
August the 2nd. Okay, August the 2nd, for those who may have seen this the first time, was the official date of when we did the first review of this album. So it was on August 2nd.
Oh, so you actually did look up the actual date. See,
Yeah.
I knew this was right around the, well, I guess a little over the 1 year anniversary when we did the first review.
Oh yeah, they loved it. I sent it. I sent the actual picture to Wild Bill and Alvin, and they both loved it. Yeah, it just took him a couple of days, and he dug it and designed it and everything himself.
Nice. Landon, singles again were Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old, If Tomorrow Never Comes, Not Counting You, and The Dance.
Yeah.
Or the 4 songs released to radio.
Series version. Nice. Yeah, those were the ones released to radio. That was a very good way to put that.
I want to show you something, Trish.
It has gone diamond.
Yeah.
Yes, it shocked me too. And if it didn't have the dance on it, it probably wouldn't have gone diamond.
Yeah, to be honest.
My opinion.
I'll be honest with you, my opinion too. The dance is what really made this album, like, I think the hit that it was, I guess. Because one of the biggest songs in country music came from this album, if you think about it. So
I want to show y'all something now. I actually got this off of Garth Brooks' website. Y'all see that? All right, y'all see that one word right here? Now, this is off the official Garth Brooks website right there. It says singles, motherfucker.
Oh.
But I don't release singles.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then you need to take that shit off your. Obviously, you don't go on your website to.
No, he don't.
What the hell's going on there, you dumbass?
What down?
No, there's a limited series version. I have the limited series. I don't know what you mean by a limited series version. Is there a difference? Is there a difference in the regular album and the original release and the box set version?
You talking about the limited series version? Just the one song.
Yeah, but yeah, Saxon says he's a hypocrite.
He is a hypocrite. He's one of the world's biggest hypocrites. Now, Saxon said, Trish, did you know there's a limited series version?
Yeah, it should be the one on the limited series box set.
Yeah, which I have. How are you today? I am awesome, Justin. How are you?
Yeah, but didn't you say you refuse to buy any more box sets that Garth releases, Trish? Like, because you already feel like you had enough, like you have enough or something.
Wait,
Garth
I'm sorry. What's the question?
Oh, well, didn't you say that, like, you won't buy any more box sets that Garth releases?
There's a distinct possibility of that, yes.
Because I think you said that you don't want to go out and buy the same shit you pretty much already have.
Yeah.
Like, just in another box set.
Richard!
Oh, yeah. Hey, Richard.
Hey, buddy. What's up, man? Hey, y'all know what would be fun? You know what would be the most hilarious fucking thing on the planet is? If Garth came out with another box set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you heard Trish, on YouTube and all this stuff talking about, I refuse to buy another Garth Brooks box. I could just see her like going off, right? Or whatever. Right. And then about a few days later, right, she gets a big old package in the mail, right? And there it is, Garth Brooks' new box set, and it's signed to my biggest fan, Icepets Queen from Utah.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Can you just imagine if Garth was to say, "Just give it to you for free," and just call you his biggest fan?
Hey, and then have that picture for him when he was standing over talking about he had his head up his ass.
Oh yeah.
Considering how mad you are at Garth, Trish, I wonder if Garth actually did that. How much you would have felt Garth redeemed himself or something, or if you're gonna be like, oh my God, you won't believe what just came in the mail. It's Garth's new box set, like he's so nice or something. Like
no, so, that would not redeem him at all in my eyes.
Okay, so you're not gonna stroke his ego if he did that for you.
No, absolutely not. If he wants me to stop talking bad about him, he needs to stop doing the stupid shit he's doing.
Okay, I was wondering if you think Garth is too far gone to redeem himself now, or
Probably, yes.
so.
Good. Put up a video today after I got off work. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just
Nice.
wait. Limited Series 3 will be coming sooner rather than later. Oh, dear God.
Oh,
Hey,
dear.
Richard.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. It's coming. I can see it.
The new box set will be called Who Tad. That would not surprise me in the least.
I wonder what. Can you just imagine if he released something called Hutad and like a lot of other Garth fans don't even know the meaning of it, never heard it before because they don't even know you, they never seen your videos. They're just Garth ego strokers and like big fans.
I would now and forevermore call it the Head Up the Ass Disease box set.
Yeah.
Because you know, if he does it, he will come up with something that those letters mean that doesn't mean what I say.
Yeah.
He will come up with his own meaning, but I would forever call it the Head Up the Ass Disease box set.
So if he actually called something Hutad, I mean, maybe that's actually his plan. Maybe he'll do that because he doesn't want Hutad associated with that meaning, with your meaning, basically.
Yeah.
So
he can not want it all he wants. We all know what it means.
Yeah.
Watched Studio G Monday and I was pissed off how Garth is picking people VR. Thing called Chances of Winning is 1 in a million. It's worse than that for me. Ain't no way in hell. Hell could freeze over and they wouldn't pick me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I won't play by their rules.
Yeah.
I signed up for it too, but I know I ain't going to.
Yeah.
I have the 2006 re-release of The Chase. And behind the CD tray, it lists all the singles released from that album. And yes, it refers to them as singles, which is complete and utter bullshit. If you cannot buy it by itself, it's not a single.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think I'm getting out at 2 tomorrow. I think I'm working to 3.
Okay.
Because usually they used to do it where when the people that didn't have to work on the weekends would get out at 2. But I think they're doing it now so it's fair to everybody, kind of for the ones that still have to work. You know what I'm saying? So whatever.
Well, fine. I mean, after supper tomorrow night, I'll fix it.
All right, cool.
Well, is she going to make my supper too?
What the hell?
What? Well, I get hungry like anybody else does. Come on. Moms are great cooks.
Yeah, me too.
Are we all in that?
I guess.
Okay, so I get. Oh, God. Okay, now, guys, Wild Bill has to work tomorrow, so I don't want to drag this out too long. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this off, if that's all right, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, this is the official start of the official re-review of the Garth Brooks self-titled album, Garth Brooks.
Yes.
It had 4 songs sent to radio from it.
Not singles. Don't get them confused.
Songs sent to radio.
Yeah.
Hell froze over. Hell Lake in Michigan. Yeah. Gonna have to go with Pat. I'm gonna have to go hang with Patrick. What probably better if it was standing up, but I guess hanging's okay too.
Yeah.
If it's standing at attention, that's when you need to go, because that's when somebody needs to come. Anyway, moving on. The album was originally released in 1989.
Yeah, the year I was born.
Which is a great year because that is when album was born. And let us not forget the most important artist of all time. That is also when Taylor Swift was born.
Yes. Which I wish we were reviewing her tonight and not
a self-titled album. Sounds kind of self-centered to me. Good one, Landon. But actually, a lot of artists did that back then. Their very first album would just be their name. That would be the name of the album.
Well, didn't Taylor Swift do that too? I mean, I think Taylor's first album.
Taylor's first was self-titled. Most artists in that day and time, I don't know if they still do, but most artists, brand new artists, will title their first album just
Yeah.
their name, which is where the saying came from, self-titled debut album.
Yeah, self-titled debut album. Yeah, a lot of artists actually have a
See you,
self-titled.
Richard. I see you, Richard. Okay, track number 1 was sent to radio, and it is called Not Counting You. I see you, Robert.
Robert, yeah, but
Maybe
you,
think about it.
yeah,
That's right.
Okay, Not Counting You is basically a song about a guy that refuses to admit that he's ever lost in love.
yes,
He has never been left. He has never had his heart broke. He has never wanted to beg his way back into a relationship. He has never regretted leaving anyone, not counting her. Okay. So that's actually, it's a fairly decent song. I don't think it has a lot of replay value. I can hear it once every now and then. I mean, if it happened to come on the radio, I would listen to it. I wouldn't just purposely flip it. So to listen to it once every now and then is good. And honestly, and guys, you all will have to tell me if I'm right about this or not, but I am under the impression that a lot of guys are like this. They refuse to admit that they've ever been hurt, that they've ever regretted leaving or been left. They just won't admit it. Nope, never happened to me. No, that's my take. So when you guys get, your turn just in a minute here, you can tell me if I'm wrong about that. But to me, it seems like a guy thing, because from a woman's standpoint of view, the women are like, oh my God, somebody broke my heart. Oh my God. Okay, we have a deal. Okay, we get this whole big, Anyway, our emotions are out there, But guys, I kind of tend to think are like, nope, no. Nope, not admitting it. Nope, never happened. But it is a fairly decent song, and honestly, I will have to give it 3.5 stars.
3.5.
Wild Bill, your thoughts?
Finally, we get to hear Wild Bill's opinion.
Oh, here we go, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, versus.
Well, first of all, I'm different from other guys, so no, I've had my heart broken, and I admit I've had my heart broken, and I admit actually twice, but
Yeah.
oh well, so it's, well, I wouldn't say twice. I think the second time it was just, I think I just kind of fell out of love for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But talking about the track, Not Counting You, I actually enjoy this track. I actually like this song. It's it has that old country feel to it. It's an upbeat song. And I love the message behind it. And like I said, and he's right, it's like most guys never admit that. Most guys won't admit to just about fucking anything. You know what I'm saying? Did you see me bust my ass? Nah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. wait, to be honest.
Here's the thing that people don't understand. This was the Shaggy before Shaggy was popular. Okay? Not Counting You was like, I didn't do that. It wasn't me. But
It wasn't me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that.
So, I get actually, honestly, even though I like it, I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars because I think 4 might be a little bit generous or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I do like the song, and I think it's one of the best. Well, I wouldn't say best. I'll explain it later. So or whatever. So you go ahead, Alvin. Your turn.
Okay. Mikey gives the song 3.5 stars. Three was never released on the Greatest Hits compilation. That's because it was never a hit. It just did decent on the charts. It was never a big hit for him. Richard. Regrets leaving his son's mother. Robert loves this song, but he loves the live version from This Is Garth.
Better, I give it 5 stars.
Okay.
Wow.
I think he meant this is Garth Brooks. I'd give it 5 stars.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. I was wondering. Just got a text from Brad Paisley, Father of the Bride 3-ish. Comes out tomorrow on Netflix, YouTube, and Facebook.
Damn.
Oh my god!
That's
Okay.
good.
Now I'm curious about that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Alvin.
Okay. An honest opinion, when I started listening to this album, because this is the opening track. The first sound, I was like, oh god, here we go. I'll be honest with you, I did not like how the song started. This is before the vocals came in, though. I was just like, oh god. Oh god, it's a slow song. Like, oh god, I'm just not a fan of it because it started off like it was gonna be like one of those like doo-wop songs, and I'm just not a fan of that style of country music. But the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, this song's actually kind of catchy, and I'll be honest with you, I do not like, I guess, kind of the message. Like, I mean, I bet it is catchy, so I like that part of it. But I will honestly admit this. I cannot relate to the song at all. I will be honest with you, I'm blunt as hell, and I will actually admit, yes, I've been broken-hearted before. Like, I will be honest with you, my ex-girlfriend left me for someone else. Like, I'm not keeping that as a big secret. I'm not trying to be all high and mighty. I was like, I even tell people that to this day. Every relationship I've been in, I've been left for someone else. Like, I'll be honest, like, I just say shit. So I honestly, even what Trish was saying about that this is a guy thing, I'll be honest with you, part of me was like, that's very sexist. Like, but at the same time, I have met guys who do that. I've actually met I know of quite a few douchebags. Like, one of my cousins I can honestly think of on the top of my head thinks he's like such a ladies' man, and he probably is like, oh, I'm top shit. No, like no girl will ever say no to this. Like, I mean, yes, I mean, I'm actually serious. I actually have a cousin that it reminds me of. I was like, so I can honestly see my cousin singing this song. But in all honesty, no, I've never done that. Like, even my first relationship, I'll be honest with you, I was really brokenhearted when my first ex broke up with me and left me for someone else. And yeah, so, but in all honesty, the sound, I'll be honest, this may sound crazy, but I actually give this song 3.5 stars, just like you two did. So I guess it's anonymous. This is a 3.5 star song. And yes, I will agree with what Wild Bill said about that forward being too generous. But I did love what Wild Bill said, that some guys like were actually being like, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Like, I was gonna be like some guys were actually like, they could be sitting on the couch or something, and they have like a dog or something, but they would actually fart, but they would blame it on the dog. Like, it wasn't me. It was the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, need to get the dog out of the house. Like, I mean, some guys are actually like that. They would blame their own fart on the dog. Which, to be honest, I think Jeff Foxworthy has a joke about that. About like you might be a redneck if you blamed your dog on your farts or something. So,
this record has George Strait sound all over it. I would have to disagree with that.
Yeah. I mean, although I have seen an old Garth Brooks interview or something, Garth Brooks did mention about how he basically wanted to be the next George Strait, but
no, he doesn't want to be the next George Strait. He wants to be George Strait.
Okay, so it's not that he actually wants to be. Okay, maybe that's what he actually said. It's been a long time since I've seen that interview, but I have heard Garth Brooks mention about how he is basically George Strait in another body, pretty much. Which sounds ridiculous. See, that should have been a sign of his hootad back then.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but
oddly, Garth wrote this song.
Yeah. Oh wait, he really did. Okay, I didn't look at
He
this.
is the only credited writer on this song.
So he wrote it solo.
Yeah, he's the only one credited as a writer.
Okay.
So that sounds like something that he would, us knowing now that he has Hootad, yeah, not counting you. Oh, no, I've never lost in love. No, yeah, that sounds like Garth.
Wait.
More
so
sense when you think about it.
So do you think the song should have been a sign of a Sutad? Like, oh, he's basically full of himself. It makes you wonder when Garth first entered the music scene.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. But yeah, it makes me wonder if when Garth first entered the country music scene, when he was like recording his very first album, and basically like if Garth automatically thought he deserved the fame even before he even got it.
Probably.
Like he probably thought, oh, I'm top shit. Just wait. Like
He actually thought he was going to be huge the first time he came to Nashville. And in less than 24 hours, he, went crawling back with his tail between his legs to Oklahoma.
oh wow. Okay, I didn't even know that part of the history.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, 3.5 star song for me. So I guess we can move on to the next track if you want.
All righty. Well, Bill, you want to give us track number 2, or did you have more to say?
I have more to say, but I'm going to kind of do like a different thing at the end of it. So at the end of the review, so
Oh yeah, what?
I'll just wait then.
Yeah.
Okay. If I remember correctly,
Yeah.
he wrote it on the John in a Western wear store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next track is "I've Got a Good Thing Going." It's pretty much sounding like this guy has a good thing going.
Yeah.
He has a good relationship, but on the truth, it's like she's leaving, and it's she swears there's nothing wrong, but there's something. He knows there's something missing. Like she'll tell him, "Oh, baby, there's nothing wrong," but he knows there's something wrong. But to him, he just thinks the relationship's fine. You know what I'm saying? He's got a good thing going, but in the end, really, honestly, it is. I want to say this is funny because about this song with me, for instance, with the part where he's talking about by now she must be tired of giving and tired of what she's getting in return. I guess Oklahoma's more her style of living because I can see her heart heading across the bridge I thought she had burned. I felt the same way when I lived in New York. I felt that same way. Like I got tired of giving and never getting nothing back. And I'll always be like I always told somebody one time. I said, no matter where I'm at, where I live, my home will always be in Carolina. That's just the thing for me. And so I can kind of see that, and in a way, I kind of lived the song too because we did have a good thing going. But in the end, she wanted a different life than I wanted, and everything. So now, pretty much this is where I'm at. But I like the song. I think actually I caught myself. Funny or not, I've been listening to this song or this album. Excuse me, all week. On to and from work on the way home and stuff. And this is actually one of the songs I caught myself singing today or whatever when I was at work or whatever. And so yeah, it actually has like kind of ingrained in my brain. I like this song too. I think I'll do it. I think I'll do like the first song. I think I'll give 3.5 stars because I just think I'm just going to come out and flat out say that I think there's a lot of underrated songs on this album. Like I think there's a lot of good songs on here that are just like people don't even realize that are on this album. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garth ain't straight enough to be George.
Yeah.
Not a fan of this one. Robert's not a fan of this one. He gives it 3 stars. Mikey says the song sucks. He gives it 2 stars. Alvin, your opinion?
Okay. I'll be honest with you. The song I actually kind of liked. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. Just listen to the song. It just I don't know. Maybe it made me think of things like reminisce about like I don't know people in my life or something. I don't know why, but because I or even past relationships. Like she's got a good thing going, but in all honesty, even though that like I was actually I really just want to say the only really redeeming quality of this song is when Garth mentioned like Oklahoma. I don't know why. I'm a sucker for Oklahoma songs, and maybe it's because I'm from Oklahoma, and even though I know Garth is from Oklahoma, so but in all honesty, this is probably not a song I'm gonna like go back and listen to, even though I kind of liked it for the most part. But it's like one of those songs that if it comes on, maybe I'll listen to it, but I could also see myself skipping it. So it's kind of like meet in the middle. That's one reason why I will like give it 3 stars. But I will, but with Wild Bill's opinion, I did want to mention something that he said. I did discover while listening to this album, preparing for this review, that there is a couple songs on this album that I do feel are highly underrated, and one of them is one of them I was mentioning to Trish Wild Bill before the stream that there is one song on this album that you may be surprised that I actually like a lot more than probably this than the first time around because I realized I actually kind of relate to this song maybe now. I don't know, but yeah, but this song, yeah, 3 stars for me. So, what's your opinion, Trish?
I don't care for this song.
Okay. Actually, I understand that. I mean,
No, I mean, oh my God. I still remember it from when I first got the album. The thing is, he is in a relationship that could be a really great relationship, but he doesn't give her anything back emotionally. And she is fixing to leave his ass because of it, even though, in his honest opinion, the way I take it, she is the best thing that's ever happened to him. This relationship is the best thing he's ever had, but he's too damn lazy to put into the relationship what she's putting into it. He sees that she's about to leave, and he's still too damn lazy to stop it from happening. I've got a good thing going, and it's almost gone.
yeah.
He can see her leaving. I don't care for the meaning behind the song, because to me it's just about a guy that's too damn lazy to even care.
Yeah.
Well, can I interrupt you just for 1 second?
go ahead.
It's an anthem for jackasses, is what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Oh my God.
Now the song is a little slow for me. There's something about the way it's done. I don't think it's because it's Garth. I just think it's because it's done the way it's done. I don't care for the music. Overall, I would give it 2 stars. I mean, it's not a completely terrible song. I just don't care for it myself. The thing that gets me is this. It makes me wonder if he was on the verge of losing his wife, because at the time this song was written, he was with his first wife, Sandy. Sandy is a co-writer on this song, and so is Garth. And he makes that comment in the song. It's in the lyrics, Wild Bill. You read them a minute ago about going back to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made me think, oh, dear God, was she fixing to leave his sorry ass? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
It really was. Had Sandy not been a writer on it, that probably never would have hit me like that. But then I realized, I was like, oh, dear God, she's actually a writer on this, and so is he. Oh, my God, were they fixing to split?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
And in the end, eventually they did, but this was years and years later. But
Yeah.
at that moment, were they going through a rough patch? Was she about to leave his ass and go back to Oklahoma?
Yeah. Yep.
That is where my mind goes
Oh wait.
when I hear this song.
Yeah. Hmm.
If it was sung from a woman's perspective, it would fit my ex to a T. Oh, ouch.
Ouch! Ow! Ow!
No offense to her, we're still friends. Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. I'm hardly friends with any of my
Light bulb
exes.
coming on. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Oh yeah. Oh, my turn, right?
Yeah, Alvin, you want to give us the next one?
Yeah. Oh, whoo. Yeah. Track 3 is "If Tomorrow Never Comes." Now, I've always loved this song, and I actually listened to this song a lot, especially in 2009. Because I was listening to Garth's like Ultimate Hits album, and I mean this song was definitely one of his Ultimate Hits, one of his biggest songs, at least in my opinion. From his like classic Garth. But I remember even CMT used to play this video a lot, especially during the whole decades time period, because sometimes they play like old classic music videos from the late the 80s and the 90s. And this was one of the videos they played a lot. If Tomorrow Never Comes, because this is actually one of the songs that has a music video on the album. And I've always loved the song and the meaning of it, the message. It's basically a song about basically telling your loved one, like you need to like tell your loved one how you feel about them, let them know that you actually love them, whether it is a significant other. It could even be just a family member, or even though in this video and song it's about basically a relationship or a married couple, but still at the same time you never know, because basically the message is tomorrow's never promised, because you could die today or something, or die tonight in your sleep or something. You never know, because basically they say cherish every day of your life, live every day to the fullest. It's kind of like the I don't want to compare artists or anything, but the message of this song seems very similar to the message of the song seems very similar to Tim McGraw's song "Live Like You Were Dying," in a way. But I'm not trying to compare both artists or both songs, or anything, because I really don't want to compare Garth to Tim McGraw, because in my opinion, Tim McGraw's a better artist, at least. But that's just my opinion.
Album wise, yes.
Yeah, album wise, yes. Yeah, but yeah, I have to give the song 5 stars, because I don't know, for some reason this is one of the songs that probably got me into Garth Brooks in the first place, and I listened to the song a lot when my grandma passed away in 2009. So
Celebrity crushes. I just did it on YouTube.
Okay, who?
Justin Timberlake. Your idol.
Taylor Swift?
Yep.
Taylor Swift has a celebrity crush on Justin Timberlake.
I just seen it on YouTube.
Breaking news.
yeah, oh my God, well, I'm just sick of that.
Awesome.
God.
I didn't actually see that.
Yeah, they had it on Ellen.
Oh, nice.
I just-
Yeah,
See that? Justin Timberlake's a pretty good looking boy.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
Hey,
Crush.
There you go.
I can see them two hooking up, having a kid riding on the on the short bus.
Oh,
Oh God!
oh.
Now I wish Elsa was here for that. Yeah, Elsa missed some Taylor Swift news.
I love this song. I give it 7 stars. Robert likes it's one of his favorite Garth Brooks songs, and he gives it 1,000,000 stars. Damn.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I actually would give it. If I was to rank Garth Brooks songs or do a top 10 list, If Tomorrow Never Comes would probably be on my top 10 favorite Garth
Well,
Brooks
yeah, of
songs
course it would.
of all time.
Are you serious? He said, I don't get this song. Is it about his lover or his daughter? Neither. It's about or neither and or both. It's about anyone you care about in your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, well, that's basically what I was trying to say, because I know in the music video, I mean, that's why I was confused, because in the video it seemed like he was singing like about his wife or something, but
Mm-hmm.
but that's why I was like, in all honesty, he never actually mentions if he's singing to his lover. He does mention that it's a she, I think, in the song.
Okay, now wait. If you think about it, when the song starts, it's sometimes late at night. I lie awake and watch her sleeping. If he's lying awake, he's lying next to her, watching her sleep. That would be his wife.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that's one reason why I put two and two together, that it would be his lover.
Yeah, because at the time this song was written, he didn't have kids yet.
Yeah.
But it's not just about his wife. It's about anybody that you care about. If you listen to the lyrics of the song, there is the line that says, because I've lost loved ones in my life.
Yeah.
Loved ones is anyone you care about, be it brothers, sisters, mom, dad, grandparents, anybody, best friend, anybody that you care about.
Yeah. But yeah, I give the song 5,000 stars. Then, I mean, if someone can give it 1,000,000 stars, I'll give it 5,000. I mean, I love this song to pieces, and if I was to even make an actual country playlist, I mean, like songs that I remember from my childhood or I grew up on, like just a simple country music playlist, I feel like I would definitely put this song on it. I mean, because I do like, because it is a song that's meaningful to me, and I do believe I can relate to it. But yeah, it is one of my favorite Garth Brooks songs for sure. So and it's one of the songs that got me into Garth Brooks to begin with. So I do believe I actually heard this song back in the 90s when I was still a little kid. So that's why, and my grandma had like Garth Brooks cassette tapes. So yeah. Oh, not to mention, I did want to point out, not only was I born the same year that this album came out, my grandmother was a huge Garth Brooks fan. Garth Brooks was like her favorite artist. That's why I wish my grandma was alive now to just tell her about his hootad. Because my grandma probably had no idea that.
I wouldn't want to put her through all the shit that Garth is doing right now.
Yeah. So in a way, my grandma can just rest in peace.
Almost as awkwardly as Blake Shelton's "God Gave Me You" video. Oh my God, yes!
Oh yeah, that is true. I forgot all about that. I wanted to mention that. Yeah, Blake Shelton's "God Gave Me You." That video is so awkward now. If you watch it, it's like, oh my God, like this video did not age well at all. So, not to mention both Blake and Garth are both Oklahoma boys, which is also ironic. So.
I think if you don't know that it's Sandy in the video, it's
Yeah.
not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
But if you know it's Sandy in the video, you're kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
Wonder how to feel about that.
Now, the thing is, Sandy wasn't a singer or anything. So I mean, so I honestly do believe that Blake Shelton's "God Gave Me You" video is way more awkward because everybody knows Miranda Lambert.
Oh yeah.
Like you got to be living under a rock.
Country fan.
Yeah, hey, country fan. But yeah, you got to be living under a rock to have not heard Miranda Lambert's name at least once in your life. Yeah. Or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Tomorrow Never Comes, track number 3. This is absolutely one of the most beautiful songs that Garth has ever done in his entire career. It speaks volumes. I mean, just simply the line, tell that someone that you love just what you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes. I mean, it don't get any better than that. You know, it's a beautiful song. Logan, welcome, Bubby.
Oh yeah, welcome.
It's a beautiful song with a beautiful sentiment. And this was Garth Brooks at his best. This was back when Garth was a true artist and he truly cared about the music. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that could put this song down. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But If Tomorrow Never Comes is one of the most beautiful songs that has ever been written and ever been sung. Oh, you heard me. And the video, to me, the video is still pretty because even though they are not together anymore, he, at that moment in his life, cared enough about his wife, Sandy, to have her in the video with him.
Yeah.
Because that's how much he wanted her to know, or at least this is how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's how much he wanted her to know that he loves her. Even if that love no longer stands true right now, in that moment in time, it did.
Yeah.
And that spoke volumes, in my opinion. But I think just it's one of the best songs he's ever done in his whole career. And I wish he would do stuff like that now, instead of rehashing the old stuff and holding back the new stuff. Just find the music. If you can't find the music, then write the music. Do this kind of music. This is Garth Brooks at his best.
Yeah.
Songs like this. And yes, I do give this song 5 stars. Wow, Bill?
Yeah, you know, I've listened to this song a million times, and over the years, and you know,
Whew.
it means as much now as it did then. But in recent probably months and weeks and stuff,
Yeah.
you have you have it hit home to you. You know what I'm saying? And look at it in perspective is, and like I tell everybody, man, I said, you're not guaranteed tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hell, you're not guaranteed 5 minutes from now.
Yeah.
You know, make sure those people that you care about know that you care. Because once you're gone, you can't say it. You can't show it. So, I mean, you know, like I said, and I agree with everything Trish said. It's one of the most beautiful songs ever written, ever performed, ever sung. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, you can't take that away no matter what. And I mean, I agree with her. I give it 5 stars. I just think it's probably one of the best songs out there. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually agree. I mean, that's why I said I would even put it on a country music playlist if I was to because I mean it's one of the best country songs in my opinion. And I'll be honest with you, I actually did replay this song. Actually, does have really strong replay value, at least in my opinion. So I can see why he released it. I mean, this was actually one of the smartest decisions Garth made for this album, was releasing this song and making a video for it, even though it's not technically a single. So, I wonder what happened to Trish.
I think she stepped away for a second.
Oh, okay. Oh no, she looked like she was getting choked up. I don't know if it was because of something I said or you said or what. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Was it something I said or just?
I just had something hit me like a ton of bricks. And it has to do with the song.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, this song.
It connected with something in my personal life that I never. Oh God. Because it made me think of my dad. And I never got to say goodbye to my dad.
Oh.
I'm all right. Just give me a minute, guys. Just chat amongst yourselves. Shit.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that. I mean, I honestly felt like I didn't get to really say goodbye to my grandma as much as I could have. I mean, and luckily, I mean, well, I would say this: when my mom was dying a few years ago, I actually was there. My family actually, because I didn't want to see my mom in that condition. So now it's starting to connect things with me, but I didn't want to see my mom in the condition she was in, like being basically being in a coma and having tubes hooked up to her and everything before she passed away back in 2015. And I'm actually very thankful. I'm actually very thankful for my family, especially my aunt, and my cousins, who basically pushed me to say goodbye to my mom, even though because I honestly did not want to see my mom in that condition, and they pushed me to say goodbye to her. And I'm actually very thankful. So I got to basically tell her how much I loved her and basically telling her that would be all right, and that that I will see her again. I mean, like as the song, like as the Carrie Underwood song goes, "See you again." That this is not the end. I will see you again. That's basically the actual words I told my mom as my final goodbye to her.
No, Alvin, I didn't know my dad died.
Okay.
My family didn't tell me that my dad died. I didn't get to see him. I didn't get to say goodbye. I got nothing. And
Yeah.
for some reason, in this moment, that song, If Tomorrow Never Comes, hit me like a ton of bricks because it connected with the fact that I didn't have the opportunity to tell my daddy I loved him. I didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't given the choice. I wasn't given the opportunity.
Yeah. That's what actually sucks. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I've actually. I think I told you this before, but your family sounds very. I don't know.
Selfish, mean,
yeah.
cold-hearted, self-centered. Yes, to all of the above.
Yeah,
Anyway,
pretty much. It's just I didn't want to offend you. It's just. I mean, because that's something.
You cannot offend me, Alvin. You guys have been there through things that has happened in my family. You cannot offend me by insulting my family.
Okay, so you're not going to defend your family.
My son, and then I'm kicking your ass.
Okay. I was joking.
Moving on, track number 4.
Yeah.
Wait, did we all?
Oh yeah, Wadbear, did you give your stars for this song?
Yeah, 5 stars. Yeah.
Okay, 5 stars. Yeah. So I guess it's anonymous. I mean, this was one of his biggest songs.
Okay, track number 4.
Yeah.
Every time that it rains. This is about a guy who is trapped at the airport, stuck at the airport because it's raining and his flight has been delayed or canceled or whatever. And while he's sitting there, not able to go anywhere, he starts thinking about this other time. This is one of those go back in time memory songs, okay? Those can actually be good. And he starts thinking about this other time he was trapped when it was raining outside. And he's in a roadside cafe, and there's only him and the waitress.
Him and the waitress.
I don't know where this is going. Okay, he gets up and he puts a song on the jukebox, which is Please Come to Boston. And the waitress says, oh, that's my favorite song. And they end up dancing to it. And dancing leads to other things.
Yes, it does.
Very good things.
Oh my God. I actually remember, you're just talking about that just now, Trish. I'm getting flashbacks from the first review. This hasn't happened to any of the previous songs, but this one, just Trish explained it. I think you said first time
but it's a very great moment in his life. It's a beautiful moment in his life, and he's never forgotten it.
Yeah.
And now every time that it rains, he thinks about that moment because it was that big. It was that beautiful for him. It was that touching to him. And even though it was only that one time, there was another time that he gets a phone call one night when it's raining, and it's her, and he goes to see her. and it didn't go quite as well. It didn't go as smooth, through the dance steps they fumbled, and with the buttons they fumbled. So it didn't go as well. So they decided to just call it At Friends, and they remained friends. But that one moment in his life, he has never forgotten it. It was that beautiful. It's a beautiful story song. And honest to God, I like it. I really do. I think Garth does a fantastic job on it. I mean, it's not like huge, big, oh my God, but it's a good song.
Yeah.
And I remember liking it the very first time I heard it, and I still like it about the same amount as I did back then. And I don't see anything wrong with doing that. Thinking back to good moment in your life, whether you're with somebody or not, you're still going to have memories of past loves, past moments, past relationships. That's just human nature. But this one was big enough for him that, not him personally, I just mean the guy in the song, that he still to this day thinks about it, and they remained friends. And I'm wondering if maybe she still thinks about it. But I will give the song 3 stars overall because it's a beautiful story and it's told really well. And anybody that has ever had those memories come back to them will probably like this kind of song. Okay, moving on. Wild Bill.
Okay, I can't wait to hear Wild Bill.
No, but I've actually had that happen. My version is I was stuck in an airport in Charlotte.
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Details.
The details, like tell us the story.
And it was raining.
Yeah.
That was that. Actually, it was lightning. Actually.
Ooh.
That's why the flight was delayed, because I left and got dropped off, and no, wait a minute, was it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Actually, no.
Huh.
I know what it was. I left Charlotte, landed in New York City, and that was when the storm hit, and I had to sleep on a cot till the next morning because all the flights had been canceled that were going out. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, something's telling me, nah, they don't want me to go home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so yeah, I had some memories come back to me that night. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Trish loves it when we have story time with Wild Bill.
Oh God.
So,
Yeah.
I give this song 4 stars.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, Robert, to answer your question, a cousin of mine who lives in a different state messaged me on Facebook Messenger. That's how I found out. Love this song. Mikey loves this song. He gives it 1,000,000 stars. That may have been the one before. I love this song and the story he tells. I give it 5 stars. Really? Brown chicken, brown cow? Memories like that come back to me all the time. Really, Landon? Buffering at my end. Well, damn.
Well, damn.
Stuck in a buffering situation.
Yep.
Now I'm
And
gonna
my
check it.
internet sucks.
I don't know. It looks like it's playing
What
fine.
was
I mean,
it?
I actually went to YouTube real fast to see how it's playing. It seems like it's playing. I mean, fine, but although I did see the swirly thing. Okay, it is starting to buffer a little bit. Huh.
Okay, well, we'll give it a few minutes to see if it straightens back out.
Yeah.
It's buffering big time right now. Okay, well, we'll wait before we go on so that nobody misses anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like YouTube or StreamYard and YouTube need to get their shit together.
It's like this just in. YouTube is buffering.
Yeah. Maybe it's Garth trying to hack YouTube's website or something. I don't know.
He's trying to stop us because he knows we don't like this album.
Oh wait, do you think that? Oh, that's it. Because if you think about it, this is the only album that me and Trish were actually really openly like shit on the most. If you think about it, because even in other Garth reviews, if you watch through all of them, me and Trish will always reference the first album about how bad it was. Like, the first time we because it was like at least it sounds like this album like if we were like covering like his Chase or the No Fences album or even Sevens, we'd probably be like, well, at least it's not as bad as this first album.
It was like every album he did after that, we measured it up to that one. Well, at least it don't suck as bad as that one.
Yeah, at least, because it's like we were trying to defend or give the album that we're covering a redeeming quality or something.
I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
To anybody considering buying this album.
Yeah.
Don't. If there is a song or two on this album that you like and you want, obviously you can't buy it by itself, but you have friends. You probably have friends that like Garth Brooks. Ask them to make you a copy. Okay. Just tell them to email you a copy of that one song that you like, because it's not worth spending your money on the full CD. It's just not.
Yeah, so even though we haven't gotten to the end of the review yet, you're automatically just gonna you're actually going to put it out there like you would not recommend this album to anybody.
I would not recommend this album. I would recommend finding someone that has the album and have them send you a copy of the song you want. Or go buy the Ultimate Hits.
Yeah, the Ultimate Hits, because most likely the songs you're wanting to listen to from this album are probably on that album. I mean, if you really think about it, just trying to narrow it down to...
Well, wait a minute. Somebody...
Oh, wait.
Trish, this is your favorite Garth album. Oh, you're funny, Logan.
Oh, yeah, you're funny, Logan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick someone at YouTube's ass. Robert's getting pissed.
Somebody look at the track listing on the Ultimate Hits and tell us if it has Much Too Young, If Tomorrow Never Comes, and we know it has The Dance. So you don't have to look at that one. Yeah. But if it has those, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
That came loose on me.
Got it.
Now you ain't me him. I'll buy you more.
Okay.
Well, Bobby had to keep those away from my mommy because she usually eat them.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Okay, thank you.
Go on, monkey.
Bootad strikes again. Yes, he does.
Yeah, it has all three of those songs you just mentioned, Trish. I just actually looked it up, to be honest. Even though I have that album, it's just I have it in a box somewhere.
Okay, if you have that album, or you just simply want these songs, just go buy the Ultimate Hits. You're going to get a much better deal.
Yeah.
Which the Believers, yes, it's the Believers. They're coming after us.
Yeah, although I will be honest with you, basically my main experience listening to Garth was actually through his greatest hits compilations, most notably the Ultimate Hits. So I will be honest with you, when I agreed to start doing these reviews with Trish, because at the time we started doing Garth reviews, me and Trish were actually reviewing pretty much any album that we could think of that by our favorite artists, whether it was like Taylor Swift, Sugarland, Shania Twain. I mean, it was all around that time. And we started covering Garth's albums. And so I was basically already Trish's album review buddy, if that makes sense. So it was actually my first experience listening to actual full-length studio Garth Brooks albums through doing these reviews with Trish. So
sorry, Alvin.
Yeah. So I did want to say a big thank you to Trish, because of Trish, I've listened to every single Garth Brooks album. Well, pretty much.
Wait a minute. Have you listened to the Chris Gaines album?
Oh, not yet, but I guess I could. I mean, if you recommend it. Okay, I've listened to every Garth Brooks album except the Chris Gaines one. And, Well, I guess technically I haven't listened to like his Christmas album yet, but
Yeah.
I guess I could.
Te- Technically,
Yeah.
that's not a Garth Brooks album. It's Garth Brooks' alter ego.
Wait, really? Oh, the Chris Gaines album is?
Yeah, Chris Gaines is Garth Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got that. So, was that supposed to be like a Chris Gaines movie or something at one point, or was it actually a thing? Because I know that Garth had like his alter ego, and I heard that he was trying to like make that his character, like a character or something. Like it was going to be a movie or something.
Chris Gaines was a character in a script that Garth Brooks wrote back in 1990 something. He sold the script in 1994 to a movie company. They were supposed to make the movie, and Garth was supposed to play the part of Chris Gaines. Hence, Garth Brooks is Chris Gaines.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie never happened. So now everybody's like, what the hell? Who's Chris Gaines?
Yeah.
He's a character in a movie that was written by Garth.
Okay. Yeah. That's basically.
He was an artist. Okay.
Yeah.
He was a singer, a writer, a musician. He was a character in a movie. It was supposed to be a movie about the life of Chris Gaines. I think it was called The Lamb. Garth did a pre-soundtrack for the movie. And the next soundtrack was supposed to come out when the movie dropped, but the movie never happened. So the pre-soundtrack is just out there.
Oh my god! So Garth literally released something into the world as like his alternate ego for a movie, like a script that he wrote that was supposed to become an actual movie, and now it's like awkward for everybody because the movie never happened. That's basically what you're saying. It's basically awkward for the world. It's like Garth Brooks has this alternate ego out there that he is supposed to, but like Garth didn't like finish. Like it's basically like
it's not that Garth didn't finish it. It's that the movie company that he sold it to didn't finish it.
Yeah, but in all honesty,
actually, he had already shot scenes for the movie.
Okay,
but the movie got put on the back burner and it never got finished. The movie company didn't finish the movie, so the movie never came out.
So are you saying technically there's unreleased Garth Brooks footage out there of him?
No, there's unreleased Chris Gaines footage out there.
Okay, unreleased Chris Gaines footage, I guess. Yeah.
Wait, I know for a fact that it does. You know for a fact what does? What? What does what?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wasn't that meant to be a Friends in Low Places reference? Well, I know Lennon also said that. But... Yeah. Robert said, fuck YouTube. Give us an hour or two with buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck YouTube. And fourth, and what I was saying, like F you, Garth, and then demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Garth doesn't want his name associated with YouTube. Maybe that's another thing. Well, oh, yeah. Well, where you said Garth in your title, like you basically titled something Garth, like in your like on YouTube, and maybe Garth's like, well, where if she named something Garth, it has to be about me, or something like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So is the buffering any better?
Yeah, let us know if the buffering is straightened out, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to check that right now. Well, it looks like it's doing good on my end because I'm actually like on YouTube right now, but I mean, well, I kind of switched over, like I opened up another tab to look at YouTube, but I don't know how it is for everybody else. But someone sent you something?
I actually remember that, Landon. Thank you.
Oh, Landon sent you something.
Yeah, Landon sent me something.
Humpadale. One second. Whew.
Okay, well, where were we?
Yeah, what track?
We were doing every time that it rains.
Oh yeah. I haven't said my part about it. I think I was getting ready to take Owen or talk about the song.
Okay, well, Bill, were you finished? Oh yeah, he was finished. I remember his
Yeah, I
little.
think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he was telling us his story.
Yeah, that story.
See, I actually love doing album reviews. See, I mean, why I originally loved doing album reviews with you, Trish, is because we're talking about songs. Sometimes we start to reminisce, and we start like to get in an open discussion about something, and I actually love that. Like, kind of, oh yeah, that was just a joke. I mean, we threaten each other all the time. I mean,
we threaten to kick each other's asses all the damn time.
yeah, like.
Us, that's who we are.
Yeah, even in the comments when Elsa's in the stream, I will always say something, and Elsa will always respond with hashtag Elsa will kick your ass.
Yes! Oh my god, I love when she does that.
Yeah, so Elsa threatens to kick my ass all the time, and she lives in South Africa.
Yeah.
So
no, Landon sent me that clip of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Where Stewie and Brian are in the military, and they say something about the Chris Gaines CD.
Yeah.
I love that. I swear to God, I laughed until I thought I was going to cry the first time I saw that clip.
Okay. So you want to start it up again?
Give it a minute. I'll be right back, and when I get back, we'll continue.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, damn the devil. This may sound crazy, but besides this whole buffering part, I feel like I'm enjoying this review. This time around compared to the first time. I don't know why. Maybe because, maybe that's the thing. Since I actually listened to this album first time, like all together last year, I've heard these songs before. So I don't know. Maybe, well, I don't know. Sometimes they say sometimes it takes like a second listen or a third listen to really get into a song. Like call them the songs growers, I guess. And I will be honest with you. I feel like a few songs on this album are definitely growers, but it's still not like a really great album or anything like that. I mean, that's why I actually agreed with you.
Well, I'm just going to say this.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Oh, no. What I was just going to say right quick was, even though, I know I got to go to bed here soon and stuff, so, but at the end of this album, I want to throw something at you guys.
Yeah.
And I know Trish it's pretty much already disagreed. Robert might disagree, and there might be a couple other people that might disagree, and that's fine. But I'm going to throw something at y'all guys that some of y'all get, and some of you won't get, and you may not understand it, but you'll understand it when I'm done with it. Okay. And it's about this album, and and I know it's not going to change anybody's perspective of the album, but it's just something I think that it's actually pretty neat or kind of cool or this thing that or whatever. So when we're done, I'll explain it.
That's awesome.
Yep. But I will say this. I will say this. This album, to me, this album has one dud on it, and we'll get to that one here in a little bit.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's the same song that that I'm thinking of, but yeah, I will be honest with you. There's one that almost put me to sleep. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, it might be that song, but
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
but uh, but yeah, like I was saying, we haven't got to that song yet. But there was one song in this album that I feel like I liked it even more this go round. That I do feel like I feel like it's one of its most underrated tracks, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
but yeah, this album is still terrible, but it just didn't feel as terrible as it did the first time. I don't know, maybe I wasn't listening to the album right the first time around, but this time I actually really focused on maybe the lyrics and what Garth was saying. I was like, oh my god, I can actually relate to this. But yeah,
I'm gonna tell you something, Al.
yeah,
Like I had at one time on my channel had thought about doing like going on and doing like when I would buy an album, take it home and listen to it and do a review for it for people. Okay.
yeah,
Um, but my problem with that
yeah,
let's say I'll go out and buy an album, I bring it home, listen to it, and that
yeah,
album, let's say I think it blows. I might think it blows at the time. Okay.
yeah,
I might listen to that album 2 or 3 months later
yeah,
and have a whole different respect or a whole new look at that album because a lot of times
yeah,
to really appreciate, like I've always told you, have to listen to an album multiple times
yeah,
and maybe even years before an album hits you to a certain level. You're like, oh my god, you know what, I understand that album now. I get what they were saying. I get, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
um, my whole thing is this. It's it's hard to do an honest review on an album
yeah,
unless it's an album that's been out for like say as long as this album has. And you've
yeah,
in all these years you've had a chance to listen to this record
yeah,
and give your honest opinion on it. That's like
yeah,
I can tell you most of the time by a first listen if an album is good or not,
yeah,
or at least has the potential to be good, maybe even great. Okay.
yeah,
My problem is I'll buy a record and I'll listen to it time I get it, and I might be distracted at time, or I might be, um, you know, doing something or whatever, and just not really paying attention to the album. And I might like, damn, this album, kind of sucks. But then I'll get down. I might take that same album 2 or 3 days later when I've had nothing in the world to do, and sit down and listen to that album. And like, now it fucking hits me. This is a great fucking record. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it
Yeah.
just, that's why I can't like. That's why I don't do like album reviews like that, because my perspective of an album might change a year down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might wind up thinking, damn, that album fucking blows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. My opinion's actually
That's just like with movies.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. My opinion usually changes a lot as well. I mean, I've even because, for example, one of my great examples, growing up, pretty much when I first got into actual music and stuff. I mean, when I started actually buying CDs or asking my parents or my grandma to buy me like CDs as for like Christmas presents or birthday presents. Like one example I could think of was on Shania Twain's Up album. Shania Twain has a song called "There Ain't No Way," or there's no particular way. Or there ain't no particular way. I'm trying to remember the exact wording of it, but I remember that was the one song on that album I did not like. For some reason, I just couldn't get into it. I felt like it was the only Shania Twain song that for some reason I didn't like. I don't know if it was just the way she sung it or what, but at the time I was like 13 or 14 when I first heard it, and so, but I mean, it's basically a love. It's basically about love, like a love song. Maybe at the time, maybe I didn't like it as much because I never really understood love, even or never been like actually in love. So, but even though I liked Shania Twain's other songs, like "I'm Gonna Get You Good" or "Forever and for Always" from that same album, but that one song, "There Ain't No Particular Way," it for some reason I didn't like it, but as I got older, I actually started to appreciate it more, especially after I'd already been in like a couple of relationships. So maybe that's it. I mean, that's why maybe like for this album, my example. I mean, the first time around, maybe I was just listening to it to do a review with you guys because I never really like. It's like I'm a casual Garth fan. I don't really consider myself like a huge Garth fan, but but yeah, the second time around, preparing for this review, I actually started to listen to the album more, or just listen to the lyrics more, and I was like, oh my god, like I could actually relate to this or something. Like I don't know, something would hit me, or maybe sometimes it would be a single lyric or a single thing Garth said. Like even in even one of the earlier songs that we covered on this album, I've got a good thing going. For example, even though I don't particularly care for that song that much, I was like, the only redeeming quality I had with the song was the fact that when Garth would mention Oklahoma or something, I don't know, because I don't know, sometimes certain words will actually hit me, like strike a chord with me, like in sometimes a positive light. And I'm an Oklahoma boy, and just hearing Garth singing about she has Oklahoma, or like in her eyes. I mean, it actually like struck with me. It's like that's the only redeeming, in my opinion, that's the only redeeming quality of Garth's song. I've got a good thing going. So
yeah, that took a little longer than expected. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh yeah, that's okay, Trish. Yeah. Me and Will Bill were basically talking about how this album, like how our opinions of this album have changed over the years. Like listen to the album, because even Will Bill says his opinion changes more often than not. So that's why so he said that's why he's kind of, I don't know, at like basically when we do like an album review, a Garth album review. I mean, me and Will Bill are very similar. Like our opinions change as we listen to the albums. Like sometimes we may not like an album. Like we'll be like, there's nothing good. Like nothing does anything for me here. But then later down the road, we're like, oh my god, I actually understand what he's singing about now. Like
sometimes life experience changes your opinion on a song or an album. Really, Richard, you don't care for Ireland? Well, now as far as a full song, it's just okay in my opinion. What really sells that song for me is just that opening.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. I remember when we did that
intro to the song. Yeah, I love that intro to that song.
Yeah, I remember when we did that album review. That was actually one of the best songs on that. Well, in my opinion, it was kind of one of the best on that album. Because I'm not sure if I put that in my top 5, but I think that was one of the songs I was torn between. Should I put it in my top 5 or should I not? So
yeah. Well, the intro to me is the best part of the song. I mean, it's a good song.
Yeah.
But the intro is the best part. Because usually when Garth does an intro, it is one hell of an intro.
Yeah. So you guys want to hear my opinion on Every Time It Rains?
Yes, please.
Okay. every time that it rains. Now I'm pretty sure because I haven't seen the first review since we've done it. But I do plan on watching our first review because I'm curious about what I said about this song in particular for some reason. But because I'll be honest with you, I don't really have like a story as out there or like that's so relatable like that Wild Bill had gone through. But I do have my own little story because most of my relationships have been like online long distance relationships, and something pretty pinnacle, something that really was like forever changing, at least in my life at the time, happened pretty much during a rainstorm because my ex-girlfriend and I actually did break up the first time in February of 2014. And I still remember the exact day and the message I got from her saying that we need to break up and stuff like that. And that was actually the morning of February 23rd, 2014. And we were broken up for like 3 or 4 months. Well, actually, I guess it was more like 2 or 3. But I remember there was a rainstorm one time, and it was like in May. It was like May. Yeah, I actually remember the date. It was actually the night of May 7th. May 7th, 2014, and it was raining outside. It actually caused our power to go out. So we were without power. Luckily, I had like my I actually was listening to music on my MP3 player at the time. I remember I was actually listening to my MP3 player because I still had that. So that was basically what kept me company while I was waiting for our power to come back on. And I was actually out on our driveway, while it was raining, basically listening to, and I just was looking through albums on my MP3 player, like what should I listen to? And I settled or what I had on my MP3 player at the time. One of the albums I actually had on my MP3 player, believe it or not, was Blake Shelton's album. I think it was his newest album at the time, and it was called Based on a True Story. And I actually was listening to the album, and that album, I don't know why, for some reason, that album has a lot of songs on the album that made me think of my ex-girlfriend, like, even at the time, and even now, I can listen to it and, like, think of her, because this album kind of, like, changed my life. And while listening to that, because I listened to it for the first time, like, all the way through, even though I had it on my MP3 player, because I sometimes would download albums or buy and download albums and then put them on MP3 player, whether I listened to that full album or not. Maybe I just bought an album or downloaded it for just a few songs, but I was like, I'm like a very album oriented person, and I like to listen to like full length studio albums, especially from my favorite artists.
Oh, you are Garth's dream come true.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah. See, that's what's crazy. Yet I don't like it. But yeah, I do like listening to full-length studio albums. I mean, even though I like singles as well, but still, I can't believe I just said that. I just really like put myself in a trap there. I was like, oh my god, Garth is listening to me right now. I was thinking, like, oh my god, someone who actually listens to full-length studio albums. But long story short, because I know I'm like rambling now, but basically, there was a few songs on that album that really struck a chord with me, made me think of my ex, and one song in particular really pushed me to message my ex, because I think my ex-girlfriend at the time was trying to reach out back to me, saying that she missed me and all that. And for some reason, I did message her one day out of the blue, and basically, I don't know, I basically thought she hated me, and I messaged her and said, I know you probably hate me now, and everything, but I want us to like make up or try to fix this or whatever. And we ended up getting back together, and even for the couple or like remaining years after that, because we officially broke up for good in 2017. My ex basically kept pointing out like the date, because even though that rainstorm was May 7th, it was like the following night or early morning, which would have been May 9th. For her, because she lives in the Philippines. and um, she would point out like, oh, it's May 9th, like every year after like May 9th, 20 or 2015 or 2016. She'd be like, oh, don't you remember what you did for me this day? Like that sweet message that I sent her. And that's basically what this song reminds me of every time it rains, because basically it was thanks to a rainstorm why I basically came came to my senses of something pushed me to try to get back my ex-girlfriend because I knew I still loved her. So that basically happened. But all in all, I actually really love this song, and that's why like I honestly would give this song 4.5 stars. Maybe not a 4 or 5, but I actually do like it like a lot. And maybe it's because of stories like that or reminiscing about that, like why I love the song so much, because I love songs that take me back to a place and time. If that makes sense. Like that's one reason I love music, is because it takes you place. It basically takes you to another place. Sometimes it can be back in time in a certain time of your life, or it can make you think of, I don't know, pretty much anything. It takes you places. So especially if you close your eyes, you're like, yeah. So, but yeah, that's why I love music so much. See, that just shows you how passionate I am about music. If I can ramble about something like that, what this song basically took me. So yeah, that's pretty much my story. The song is probably not as radical as like Vaudeville's story, but like I know every time I mention that,
Real intrigued by that one.
yeah,
Okay, well, Bill, you want to give us track number 5?
yeah.
Alabama Clay.
Yeah, Alabama Clay.
Alabama. I love the way you said that.
I love this song.
Yeah.
I actually like this song, and there's a part of me, to a certain extent, has lived some of this song. And what I mean by that is this: when he was talking about in here, when he was talking about, all right, when me and my girlfriend decided to move to New York from South Carolina, at that time in my life, I was still going through a lot of difficult things left over from my past relationship that I was still trying to deal with, and a lot of things at life and in this town and everything had just pretty much taken a toll on me. And I said, you know what? I said, maybe I need a change. Maybe I need something different, you know? So in New York sounded like a great idea. So I said, fuck it, why not? Let's go. So we went. And I'll admit, at first, I really didn't miss home. I missed the people here. I missed family. I really didn't miss the place. Then, like you said in the song, you know, and I did. I worked in a factory running a big punch press machine, you know, making steel parts for air conditioners and shit. And that was just my attitude. I was just like I'm away from there. I'll be honest. It was like I was running, you know, running from whatever I could run from, and I had an excuse. So then, as time went on, you know, I didn't live in the city, but I lived in a fairly decent sized town. I mean, if I could throw it in like Robert's perspective, it'd probably be like Raleigh or Fayetteville or one of those towns like that. And so eventually, you know, it did like start to become a prison. Even though I had all the freedom in the world, it was like something bound me there for some fucking reason. And I hated my job and everything. And then eventually it just all boiled over, and it was like, I got to go home. If not, I'm just going to lose myself. And so it's pretty much kind of it. But I love the song. And the song was about a guy who grew up he was 10 years old when he first saw his dad like plow the field or whatever. He grew up farming, and farming's a hard life. And so even though it grew to be a successful business, he got tired of it and moved away. And then eventually he realized just how much he missed that life. And then what really secured it for him is when, at the end of the song, when he gets a letter from, I guess, an old girlfriend or maybe a fling or a one night stand or whatever. And pretty much he's got her pregnant and he's got a child. And that gave him all the reasons. He's like, well, damn, that's all the reasons for me to come home. I was looking for an excuse to begin with. Now I have one. So it's pretty much, that's pretty much the gist of the song. But, some people might feel different, but I give this song 4 stars. I really like this song.
Cool. Alvin?
Okay. Before I say that, I did want to mention like Mikey's comment because I did say that he loved the album by Blake that I mentioned in my previous story. And Granddaddy's gone, and I still got a finger that works. Or good too, but yeah, the song that I consider my song with my ex-girlfriend, the song that kind of helped us get back together, what made me realize that I still loved her was his song called "Mine Would Be You," from that album. Mine would be you. Yeah, because I know every time I mention that song, Trish automatically knows the song I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so because I think it was.
It sounded like I was having sex.
Oh yeah. Oh, it might trolling on camera.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, part of the lyrics of the song is the best ever makeup sex. Yeah, but I love that song. Mine Would Be You, and it just made me think of my ex-girlfriend. I mean, back in 2014 when I listened to the album for the first time. But yeah, back to this album. Alabama Clay. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really understand this song the first time around, like that I listened to it. This time I was trying to focus more on the lyrics. And I actually realized I actually do like this song. I probably like it a lot more than I did originally because I don't know what I said the first time around in our first review. But Alabama Clay, this song, it's a pretty nice song and pretty much what Wabbill said. I don't know, trying to find a reason to come back home and all that, but yeah, not saying that I can relate to this song. Let's see, this thing maybe I can't really relate to it as much as probably some others, and so I would say my opinion may differ a little bit from you guys, but I do like the way Garth does sing this song. Believe it or not, even though I do believe Garth can have the most boring sounding voice in some of his music. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. Like sometimes Garth will put me to sleep. And I do believe there's a song on this album that pretty much did that. But yeah, all in all, I would give this song maybe 3 stars, like kind of meet in the middle, because it's not a song that I would really go back to listen to. It's kind of like one of the songs I could listen to it, but I could also skip it, if that makes sense. But I'm not saying it's a skip, and it's definitely not a filler track. Like this song, I do believe does deserve its place on this album.
Somebody's lighting up.
Oh yeah, I was like, someone's lighting up, yeah. But yeah, this song 3 stars for me. So yeah, what's your opinion, Trish?
It's an okay song.
Okay.
Honestly, as beautiful as it is,
Yeah.
I only have one problem with this song, and that is this. This sentiment has been done to death. When this album first came out,
Yeah.
I really, really liked this song.
Yeah.
But there was another song out around the same time that had the same sentiment in it. This has been done to this storyline.
Oh.
And similar ones had been done and done and done. It's just been done to death. Okay. Now, I don't know how to explain this. I'm so sick of this storyline. I know it happens. I know people go through it. Well, right there is one. But I have heard it so much that when I first started hearing the storyline, I thought, oh my God, that's so beautiful. That's so sweet. And then it was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then it was, oh God, here's another one. And now it's just like, oh dear God, somebody come up with a new storyline. So because I've heard this and similar storylines so much, I just got sick of it. It's nothing against the song itself. And Garth does a good job on it. But the storyline itself had been done to death so much that I just got sick of it. So, no disrespect to the song or the way that Garth performs it.
Yeah.
It's just around the time this was written and sung, that storyline got done to death. And I just got tired of hearing it. Honest to God. That's the only problem I have.
To be honest, I kind of remember. I'm not sure if this was the same song, but I remember us doing a Garth album review. We did say that Garth did a song where he was basically the same storyline of the song was a storyline that's been done to death.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is actually it, and you're because it's basically kind of like what you said last time. Because I don't know, flashbacks are starting to come to me. Some of the things that we're talking about.
I can't tell you one off the top of my head, Landon, but I think there was one by Ricky Skaggs. But anyway, the song is an okay song. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just tired of the storyline. And honest to God, that's why I gave it 2 stars. Because so there's so many songs out there that have similar storylines.
Yeah.
That I just got tired of the storyline. It's no disrespect to the song or the writer or the way Garth sung it. And for most people that love this kind of storyline, yeah, you're going to love this song because they nail it.
Yeah.
But I'm just tired of the storyline, basically.
So if you were to make a Garth Brooks playlist of your favorite Garth songs, this song would not be on it.
No. Every Time That It Rains might be on there, but not this.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Ever hear Upstairs Downtown by Toby? An example of a song that uses that storyline. Oh, yeah.
Robert likes this song. He gives it 4.5 stars. Mikey gives it 10 stars. Holy shit. He really likes it.
Oh my God! Thank you. I get everybody's got a different opinion.
Okay.
Okay. Are we dreading this next song or something?
Yes. Moving on to the next song. No, not dreading it. Just moving on to the next song. Alvin, you want to give us track number 6? Much Too Young.
Okay. Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Ode. Okay, it's kind of coincidence that I'm the one to introduce this song. But Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Ode is actually the song I was talking about earlier that resonated with me more so today than it has ever, even though this is probably one of the first Garth Brooks songs I ever heard, to be honest, growing up, or even as a kid. I don't know, for some reason when I was listening to this album preparing for this review, I was listening to the song an awful lot. Like, I kept replaying it, wanting to replay it. Like, I don't know what it was. I was like, oh my God. Have I actually gotten to that point in my life that I'm starting to feel like I'm much too young to feel this damn ode? I mean, I don't know, not to mention what Garth sings about. Because I'll be honest with you. I mean, I feel like one of you guys would probably be able to explain better what exactly is Garth singing about. But for me, what it resonated with me is basically it started to take my mind to places. And that's what music does to me, like I was saying. And it started to make me think of like past relationships and just like, I don't know, just the way I just feel like even waking up now, I'm like, did I really like go through that shit? But yet I still feel it's like I'm still young, but I'm starting to feel like I'm old and rusty now, if that makes sense. not trying. Like I guess now I'm like throwing some shade at myself now, but that's basically how I started feeling like even listening to this song.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but do you realize that Wild Bill and I are both older than you by a bunch?
Well, kind of. See, that's the thing. But that's the thing. I'm pretty much the youngest one in pretty much all these album reviews. And I still am like, you have no idea just what my day-to-day life is like. Not to mention, I used to find myself like sometimes like struggling to please everybody because I'm like a people pleaser. And so I promise to do things for people. And then I realized that I can't even do everything. I promise. It's kind of like what Trish was saying when she was juggling too much. I mean, by doing the album reviews, trying to do podcasts, trying to help out her son or friends, doing this and that. And like you said, I think it almost led you to almost having a heart attack at one point. And that's basically how I sometimes feel myself. Like, well, I promised this person I was going to do this. And then I'm gonna do that, and then so that's one reason why. That's like I even find myself struggling because I have other friends, and I know that Trish. I try to join in Trish's live streams as much as I can, but sometimes I've actually kind of either was a no-show or basically said that I'm busy tonight or something.
Yeah, because life happens.
Yeah, that's because life happens. I'm either out and about with someone or I'm trying to spend time with whoever I'm dating at the time or something. I mean, so yeah. So for the first time ever, I can officially say this song resonated with me in a way. I don't know what it is, what this song did to me, but even listen to it. Even I love the way the song starts. Even the music, even the sound, like even just the instrumental. I was like, I love the way this song starts. It actually feels like you're gonna have a good time listening to this song whenever it starts for some reason. I don't know what it is. Like that's like so. If I was to make a Garth Brooks playlist, this song would most likely definitely be on it. I love the song to death, and I even love it when Garth would perform this song live because I've actually seen like a couple of live performances they did of this song. And I don't know. I just really I don't know. For some reason, I've always loved this song, but more than ever for some reason. And so I don't know what I gave it last time, but I gotta give it like 5 stars, maybe even 10 or 20.
Wow.
I love this song. Much too young to feel this damn old. It's one of the, in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated Garth songs, even if it was considered one of his biggest hits because it was on his Ultimate Hits collection. So I just wanted to point that out there. This is actually one of the songs I would consider underrated because when you think of Garth Brooks, I feel like nobody really mentions I feel like this song isn't one of the first songs that comes to mind. Like because when you hear the name Garth Brooks, you either think of French Low Places or The Dance, or I mean, like Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up or something. Like you always think of songs like that. Some of his really biggest hits, but for some reason, in this song, it seems like it was overshadowed by his other big hits for it to really get the credit that it deserves, in my opinion. Even though it is one of his officially released songs from this album. Even though, I mean, it's technically not a single because you can buy it by itself. Which I will be honest with you, I would actually buy this song by itself if I could. But yeah, I love this song. Too young to feel this damn ode. Or I'm much too young to feel this damn ode. Definitely one of my favorite Garth songs. I mean, for sure. So yeah. So what's your opinion, Trish? I just wanted to get that out of the way.
I like this song.
Okay.
This is actually Garth's very first release. It's basically a song about being a rodeo cowboy and living that life and how old he feels, especially compared to the younger boys that's in it now. But there is something about this that just, honest to God, my favorite thing about this song is hearing it live. Okay. I heard this song second. This was the second song I ever heard by Garth Brooks. It was his first song, but I didn't hear it until after I heard. Damn it to hell, what was the name of that song? We just talked about If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Yeah, come on.
If Tomorrow Never Comes before I heard this one. But once I heard If Tomorrow Never Comes, then I was curious and I wanted to hear more. And I heard this on the radio later. And I was like, holy crap. Oh my God, this guy's actually talented. So I was impressed. And when he said Chris Ledoux, oh dear God.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite lines from the song. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
I love the way.
a worn out tape of Chris Ledoux. Lonely women and baboos seem to be the only friends I have left at all. Oh my God, that is the line right there. And when he does it in concert, when he does it live, he always follows that with God bless Chris Ledoux. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love that.
This is absolutely one of Garth's best songs. No matter what anybody rates it, it is one of his best songs. It's probably one of his best known songs to his fans. Yeah. Not everybody in the world will know it, but his fans will know it no matter what. And they will probably tell you that it's one of his best songs. But I was impressed with the fact that he gave kudos to Chris Ledoux. I didn't know anybody else out there knew who Chris Ledoux was until I mentioned him.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually love that lyric, that Chris Ledoux lyric.
Yeah, that for me is the best line of the whole song. I love the song, I really do. I just wish he would quit reselling it so much. Overall, as a song altogether, I will give it 3 stars, but only because it's not a song like Unanswered Prayers or If Tomorrow Never Comes or, The Dance or one of those. As a full song itself, I would give it 3 stars. And Wild Bill can probably give you a better explanation of the song, so I'm going to kick it over to him. Wild Bill?
Okay. Alvin, the best way I can explain this song is a couple different ways. All right, first one is this. I'm taking this guy is probably in his mid to late 20s, and if I am anything, if I've known rodeo cowboys, and I've known a few, and they'll tell you that the hardest part in rodeo is the miles and the falls that you take. And what he means by he's much too young to feel this damn old is that the miles and the beating that his body has taken, whether it's riding bulls or horses or whatever it is, has made him feel like he's probably like 50 years old, because he could probably better. There was a line in 8 Seconds, and Lane Frost was talking about, he says, I've seen rodeo beat up cowboys so bad that they can't hardly get out of the bed come in the morning. He says, I don't want that for me, or whatever. I don't want that. And so pretty much that's what this song is talking about. It's
Okay, it's cutting out on me. Oh, she brought over. She can't eat that many.
What damn was that for?
What? We're only about
those things.
Yeah.
But anyway, and not only can you look at this song as a rodeo cowboy's perspective, but when I first got out of high school and started working, I was doing construction, so I drove a lot of miles. I mean, there were jobs I'd drive 600 or 700 miles to a job to go to, because it was all about the money, and then you stay in that town, you're in a small apartment or a house or a hotel room for however long the job lasts, and you go and you work, and some weeks you get a day off, some days you wouldn't, and it takes a grind on you. And there were some days, man, I felt like I was like, oh my God, now I know how my father feels, you know what I'm saying? And I was like 20 something years old. So that's pretty much what I mean. And another thing about this song, I love this song. For one, it's a cowboy song, it's a rodeo song, and I love those songs. And lo and behold, the funny thing about it is, and I've said this more, and I've said this thing, I didn't discover Chris Ledoux through this song. I actually discovered Chris Ledoux kind of on my own through my car. Was actually Fences. And so I didn't even know this until I went back later and realized he had a first album before that. See, at the time when I first discovered Garth, I was kind of naive because I was still listening to, like, because I grew up listening to metal with my brother, so whatever he listened to, I listened to. I may not always liked everything he listened to, but I listened to it because that's what I did. And he played it all the time. And then when I found Garth Brooks, actually through him, the first album he had brought home was No Fences. So I heard that record. And then later on, he brought the first album home. And then I heard that one. But by the time I had heard that one, I had already discovered Chris Ledoux on my own through my sister. So that's what makes that cool. And then when I heard this song, I was like, that's pretty neat. You know what I'm saying? And then but I love this song for all the things. But I love the line because at one time in my life, I felt that way about the only friends I have left at all is a worn out tape of Chris Ledoux, Lonely Women and Bad Booze. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, hell, I was a single guy, and I'm like, who can I call up tonight? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, because so it was like that thing, and I just love this song, and I give it 5 stars. I mean, it's just that's up my alley.
Yeah,
so
5 stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy about it. So it's always a thrill when Wild Bill gives a Garth song 5 stars.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like nice. Wild Bill gave it 5 stars.
Oh yeah, I like the song. I love the live version of this.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like it so much more than I like the
The
recorded
live
version.
version's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the recorded version is just as good as the live version, but the live version for some reason just does something for me that the recorded version just don't.
Yeah, well, that's one reason why I mentioned the live version.
Well,
I've seen the live performance, and I'm like, this, like, Garth actually really does give the song justice when he performs it live. So
I'm going to say something right quick. The live version to me was always great, but to me, it really didn't bring a sentiment till after Chris was gone. And then and I've been, like I said, I've seen Garth 3 times live, and when he does that song, and you hear that worn out tape of Chris Ledoux, Lonely Women and Bad Boots, and he takes his hat off and he says, "And God bless Chris Ledoux." Let me tell you something. That stadium goes absolutely nuts.
yeah,
And that's what makes that live version so great. It's because at that moment, everybody knows that, you know what, you're paying homage to one of the best artists of all time. And not only that, but it's just, it's, I love the live version of this song.
Landon, it's on double live.
yeah, it's on double live. Happy about it?
Oh,
And the
absolutely.
video collection.
I think that's the first time I said that tonight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy about it. So, are we done talking about that one, or move on to another one?
God, that one's so good. I hate
Yeah.
to go back.
Yeah, no. Can we still talk about too much? I mean, much too young to feel this demo because, I mean, like I said, it's one of the most underrated Garth songs, at least in my opinion. Even if we do all agree, it's pretty much one of his biggest songs. I mean, in my opinion, it's still underrated because I still don't see people talking about it enough.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, track number 7 is Cowboy Bill.
Yeah, Cowboy Wild Bill is here on the thing tonight.
Oh, it just clicked.
Wait, are you saying that you didn't realize that one of our most notable group members is literally named Bill.
Oh my God. I swear to God, I never made the connection until I looked at the paper and said Cowboy Bill and looked up. And the first thing I saw was Wild Bill. And I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, that's actually awesome. We caught that on camera. Everybody witnessed that, right?
And a light bulb.
Yeah, and a light bulb.
Anyhow, moving on.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear Wild Bill's opinion on this song because,
Oh God.
I mean,
Okay,
his name's in it.
I know I gave hell to this song in the first review. Okay. In all honesty, this song absolutely tore me all to pieces the first time I heard it on this album all those years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's a song about an old cowboy that keeps telling these stories to all the little boys in the town where he lives.
Yeah.
And the adults are like, stay away from him. He's crazy. He's lying to you. None of that happened. And they're all, they hate the old man.
Yeah.
Well, the little boys kind of see him as a hero. And the one day that he don't show up in town, the little boys are going, asking, have you seen him? And they're like, no. And they don't give a shit. Okay. So all these little boys get together and they go to the old man's house and they find him. This is the reason I gave the song shit the first time. Okay. These little boys go all the way to this old man's house and they find him dead. Okay. That, as an adult that has seen a lot of shit, that flies all over me. The little boys are innocent in this situation, but all I can think is, oh dear God, they're scarred for life. They found an old man dead. Oh my God. But in all honesty, the thing about this song is not that they find him dead. It's that when they find him, he is laying next to an old trunk full of memories, and he's got the trunk open, and he's laying there with a badge in one hand and an old yellow letter in the other. And it tears me all to pieces. It brings tears to my eyes. Okay. Because all those stories that he had been telling these boys were true. And this is the moment that people find out. He was telling the truth the whole time. He really was a hero. He's got a badge that reads Texas Ranger and the letter that reads Texas is proud. I swear to God, it tears me all to pieces. As a story, it is a beautiful, sad, tragic story. And I could actually see it being a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't get past the fact that the little boys are the one that found the old man dead. Okay. Yeah. Because as an adult, seeing everything that we see and learning everything that we learn as adults, all you can think is, oh God, those poor kids. Oh, those poor kids. Because they're scarred for life. Okay. But what pisses me off the most is how the adults in the song, after the old man is dead, then they start bragging on him. Then they start claiming him as a hero. Then they start saying how proud they were of him, when all they did was talk shit about him the whole time he was alive. Okay, that is complete bullshit. Okay, that pisses me off. Okay, it's a beautiful story, and it's beautiful but tragic.
Yeah,
because it takes him dying before people realize, before the adults realize, oh dear God, he was actually a hero. It just, in my head, all I can think is just one time, if any of them had asked, he probably would have shown them, look, I've got the stuff. It's right here. See, this is my badge, and this is the letter that they sent me telling how proud they was because I saved that guy's life. And so it's tragic. It just pisses me off, and it's beautifully tragic. Okay, as a story, I will give it 3 stars. I can't go more because it pisses me off. Okay. Well, Bill, I'm going to hand it over to you. But wait a minute. Before I do that, let me say, I remember specifically how Alvin felt about this song the first time we covered this album. And at the end of my notes, just for meanness, I put, I bet this is Alvin's favorite song on the album. Just for meanness. Okay, well, Bill, I'm going to throw it over to you now.
We're down.
Okay. I like this song for the story, But also, if you look at this song, it also gives you a perspective is you can't always judge people by what you think of them. Like, for instance, you could have someone tell you your whole life, oh, this person's mean or this person is such and such or whatever. But until you get to know this person, you may realize they may be the best person in the world.
Yep.
But people don't want to get to know someone because maybe it's the way they look, maybe it's the way they live, maybe it's how they keep their house or something. Just because people live a certain way or do whatever doesn't make them bad people. Doesn't mean they're lying or telling stories or whatever it is. You got to think about it. It's like the old sayings: you can't judge a book by its cover. Believe me, I know that for a fact. I've read some books with some shitty ass covers, and I've read some books with some really good covers, and the fucking cover didn't do the damn story any justice. The damn cover was better than the book.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things. Like, and I'm just going to throw this into perspective. I loved my grandfather a lot. And I used to listen to him when I was a kid tell stories about him being in World War II. Now, he never told anything really graphic. Most of it was like jokes and pranks and stuff that they played on each other and stuff like that, because he just wasn't that type of person to get into those. And he probably thought, you're too young to know that kind of stuff anyway. And I can't blame him. You know what I'm saying? But I really didn't realize that after he was gone, he had passed away, that he had got a Purple Heart, he had got a Bronze Star, he had like several other military honors that were bestowed upon him when he fought in World War II, and it took me. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
It just made me realize that I had a whole different perspective of him, because I always thought, always knew he was a great person. I always knew he was a great man. Whether I would have found or knew those things, that wouldn't have changed, wouldn't have changed my outlook on him. But it just made me like even more like, man, all the things he had went through in his life, to go home, go overseas, fight in a country that you've never been to, make it home, go through the things you've gone through in life. And that's just an honor in itself. But to have those honors bestowed upon you, and it makes you feel great, and it makes you feel good. And then you have those people out here like, well, what's the big deal? Something or whatever. Really? What's the big deal? Or like, well, how do you, and the truth is, and I'm going to turn this to a certain extent. People can tell you anything, and it's your choice whether you want to believe them or not. Some people can tell you lies. They can make up all kinds of stuff. Some things sound good to some people, and some people you can tell right away that's total bullshit. But to have those things right there in front of you to prove the things that he was saying just makes it all fun. So it kind of reminds me of in that song when it says, he laid with his badge and he had his paper in his hand telling him, Texas is proud. When I saw those things, those honors that he had got, it was just I think that tore me up more than anything, because I never really realized just how big of a hero he really was, and so it's awesome. So I love the song. I give the song 4.5 stars, because it makes you, it just makes you want to say that no matter what in life, don't judge people by how they live or how they look or whatever. Get to know a person, find their soul into them, and you'll find it. You'll know when you'll know after that whether a person's bullshitting you or not. You know,
Yeah.
I
that's
love it.
that's um that's all I'm gonna say. So
Oh my God.
yeah,
Well, Bill, thank you for sharing that with us. Oh wow.
you're welcome.
Oh, Mikey gives this song a zillion stars. Love my cowboy songs. Hell yeah. Target's box set. Oh, the Cowboys one was your favorite. Okay. Okay. Robert likes the story. Oh, he likes the storytelling and he gives it 4.5 stars. Oh, nice. Okay, and Alvin, over to you.
Okay.
He's nervous now.
Okay, give me a second. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, I got to start off with this. Oh my god, Cowboy Bill. I'm so sorry. I actually like you the second time around. I don't know, maybe I didn't hear it so good, but I don't know. I feel like I owe a huge apology to the song, which is kind of crazy because I remember in a previous Garth Brooks album review we did, I did mention because there was other cowboy songs
Uh-huh.
on Garth's albums, and I did mention how there was a cowboy song off his first album I did not like very much. And the second I said that, Wild Bill actually looked at me like, "What song?" In all seriousness, like, "What song?" Like, what cowboy song? Like he was gonna get on my ass. Like, it better not be Cowboy Bill. Or something like that. But this was actually the song I was talking about, and that's why it's like I feel so embarrassed the first album review because I shitted on this song so much. But listen to it this time around, I was like, the storytelling in the song, like that's like, even I can resonate with that. Even when Wild Bill was like, even his story was resonating with me too. I almost felt like I was gonna start crying just listening to his story, and it even resonated with me in a way because I feel that exact same way to an extent, and I've been like misjudged and treated like or mistreated. I mean, just for this and that, and like I don't know. I just really love the storytelling in this song, and it almost was like painting a movie in my head in a way. Like I really loved that. It's like I wanted to see. Like I mean, this song should have actually had a video. Maybe if it had like a music video or something, Garth actually officially released a song, maybe I would have liked it a lot more. I mean, the first time around, if I could, because I don't know what I was thinking. I'll be honest with you. This is one of the songs. My first review, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, looking back, I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, I did not give this song a chance or something. So I guess this is one of the songs that I would consider a grower on you. Like, I mean, maybe upon first listen, maybe you won't get it at first, or maybe so I don't know if that's it. Maybe I was listening to the song, but I wasn't actually listening to it, or something. I don't know. It's like I was just listening to it, but I wasn't paying attention to the words or something. So I don't know what the hell happened to me the first time we reviewed this album, but I really tried to pay attention this time since this was like my second chance to, and I did believe it was a second chance to possibly actually give these songs a second chance, if that makes sense. So, and this is definitely one of the songs that definitely deserves that second chance, and so I actually will give this song 4 stars now, believe it or not.
Nice.
I feel like if I give it 4.5 or 5, I don't know. I feel like I would be like jumping the gun or something because I do like the song. It's just I still like him torn. Maybe it's not my favorite Garth song, but it's definitely a good song on this album, and I feel bad that I shitted on it so much the first time around. But like, I was wondering when you watched the first review, like, I mean, I went pretty hard on this song, didn't I, Trish? Like,
Oh yeah.
because I honestly think I think I said something like one of the worst songs ever, or something, or maybe I just like this song just didn't do it for me. But now I actually resonate with more, and maybe, and even Wild Bill's story, like maybe having Wild Bill in the in this review with us, like helped me understand the song more. And now I'm like, oh my god, like this song, like I can relate to basically those feelings of like being misjudged, mistreated, because even I've been treated like that. Even I've been like misjudged. Like, oh, people see me and they're like, oh, I bet that guy, like, you don't believe how much time like people shit on me for like the clothes I wore at school. Like one time, some kid, like actually one of my bullies in middle school, actually looked at my I looked at my shoes and said, "Where do you buy your shoes? Walmart?" Like making fun of me because like of my shoes and stuff. Like I bet your shoes were very cheap, but my shoes were $200. Like trying to brag about how much money they have. Like that's another thing that rubbed me the wrong way is people that brag about how much richer they are than some people, and that's trying to shit on other kids. Like so, yeah. Even I've been treated that way before, and even I've been accused of being a liar or something. Like I don't know. It's just so this song, all in all, I can relate to it a lot more. Like it's maybe I could relate to it a year ago, but for some reason I did not listen to the song as much as I should have. Maybe it's almost like I needed basically a 1, 2, 3 step like tutorial or something about this song. Like maybe if I need like an instruction manual or something about what the song is talking about. And maybe I would have got it more, but yeah. So that's why I'm thankful that we have Wild Bill in this stream. But yeah, that would have been really awkward if I'd still shit on it. I'll be honest with you. When I was listening to the album, preparing for this review, when I was getting to the song, my immediate thought was, okay, I'm getting ready to listen to Cowboy Bill, and I remember what I said about last time. And now I was thinking that Wild Bill's going to be in this review. I was like, oh my god, am I going to start off by saying worst song ever, worst song of his entire career, like or something? because I probably felt that way the first time around. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good song, and I think I called it like a filler track, like it really didn't need to be there. But this time, I mean, I actually feel like this song actually does deserve its place on the album, especially for his self-titled debut album. This was, I mean, I don't know, for some reason, it's like I almost like this album a little more now than I originally did, but I still believe it does have its duds, as Wild Bill put. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good song, and I feel so sorry. It's like I owe a big apology to Cowboy Bill. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to throw in one more thing there. Alvin, in your defense, though, I will say I do get why some people don't like this song. It's because I don't think it's the story of the song. Maybe it's just the pacing of the song and how it does, and it's kind of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think where it is on the actual album and stuff like that, and it's kind of one of those slower kind of songs, you know.
Yeah.
And it's more of not really like, sometimes I feel like it's not really singing. It's almost like telling a story, but you're doing it in a little bit faster of a pace, or a little bit different or something. So I kind of get in a way why people don't like the song. So I mean, in your defense, I mean, you know, I get it. I really do. So yeah.
But
okay. Cowboy Bill. I still can't believe it took me that long to make the connection, Cowboy Bill.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, it's so ironic that Trish, like, you watched
I know you saw that come across my face the minute it clicked.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? It's also crazy that before you handed it over to me, I guess, like, you literally said that or before you hand it over to our Bill, I mean, you basically made that comment. Like I remember what Alvin said the first time that we did this review, and like you said, for meanness, I bet this is gonna be Alvin's favorite song ever.
Swear to God, it's on my notes.
Did you actually put that? You
I
actually
did.
put
I put
Alvin's.
Just for Meanness has to be Alvin's favorite song on the album.
Like, I was wondering, were you taking notes as she was watching the first review, or as you was
No,
just
I was
listening to
taking
Alvin?
notes. I was taking notes as I was listening to the song.
Okay. Okay. I was wondering, did you watch the review first, and then you listen to the album, and then you're
I
like,
kind of went half and half. I would watch some of the review. I would listen to some of the music. I would
Okay.
take notes as I listened to the music.
okay. I was wondering how you went about this time taking notes, like.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that's funny.
Okay. All right. I'm going to throw it over to Wild Bill for track number 8 called Nobody Gets Off in This Town.
That's just track number 9. Well, yeah, track 8. That's right. I got the other version. I'm sorry, track 8.
Yeah.
I have the other version as well. That's one reason why I'm glad that.
Okay. I think this song definitely is a filler track, and it's kind of one of the duds on the album. But I cannot help but laugh when I listen to this song because this song so reminds me of my hometown. Because
I know.
nobody gets off in this town. They don't.
Okay.
Buses don't come through here. Trains don't come through here. I mean, the only people that come to this town are people who have family here or they're passing by. Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody gets off in this town, really. They don't. I mean, this town is probably a population. I think the last time I looked was like about 1,300. If that, it's probably less than that now, I would think. But so yeah, nobody gets off in this town. We're one of the smallest towns in the state. We have the smallest county seat in this state. So yeah. So even though the song is annoying and it's
annoying
funny though,
you heard
because when I listened to this, it was funny. It was funny. I was driving home from work today, and I was listening to the song, and I just started busting out laughing because it finally took 2 and 2 together, and I was like, yeah. I know what you're saying, Garth. No one gets off in this town. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, like you said, I think he said something about buses and trains don't even slow down or something like that. Yeah, and I'm like, well, at least they slow down. Hell, I don't think I've ever seen a bus come through my town. Except for school bus. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like, yeah, we're gonna go 100 miles out of the way just so we don't have to go through that little old town.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to break down or something. It's like. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna get just because it makes me laugh, and it is funny, and it reminds me of my hometown. Even though I love my town, I love small town USA. There's nothing in the world greater than small town USA. But just because it makes me laugh, I give it like 1.5 stars because it's just funny as hell because it reminds me of home. So
All righty. Oh, that made it worth it right there.
Yes, I love Wild Bill's opinion because my opinion is really I don't know if it's gonna put anything else into perspective, but yeah.
Okay, give it to us, Alvin.
Okay. This song put me to sleep when I got to this one. Not even joking. Like, I don't know what I said the first time around, and if I gave this song a positive rating the first time around, I must have been high on something because, like, this song, I was like, Garth, you got to be kidding. Be honest, this song alone made me want to actually go on a big long rant about Garth picking his songs for his albums. Like, are you out of your effing mind? Like, this is the type, like, this. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting heated. Like, this is the shit right here that I said. Like, Garth sometimes has the most boring sounding voice in country music or music, period. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I just couldn't get into it, and I can understand why he didn't actually release this song, like as an actual like one of his official releases. I can't say single, but it just, I mean, because this song basically is a filler track. This is the definition of a filler track right here. Just a song just to put on the album to make it a full album or something. But I don't know. It's just. I mean, what is a self-titled? So I was gonna say it is a self-titled debut album. So in his defense, I mean, most artists' first albums usually aren't their best. I mean, I will say that because usually most music artists will, basically find themselves later on in their career on like their second or third album. They actually find their sound or their style. Not so, but I mean, Garth did pretty much find a lot of his style on this first album alone. I mean, you had songs like "Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old" and "If Tomorrow Never Comes," and of course the dance that we haven't got to yet. But yeah, I don't know. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I don't even know if I can give this song a star, but I'll give it 1 star. I mean, I'll just give it 1 star. Just to say, effort. I guess 1 star for effort. I mean, but you can definitely tell this song was just put on the album for I don't know what reason, one reason or another. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but it did resonate with Wild Bill in a way. So I mean, it does get that. I mean, it got a chuckle out of Wild Bill. So. I mean, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't grow up in small town USA. I literally live in, I don't want to say one of the biggest cities in the world, but I do live in Oklahoma City, the capital of Oklahoma, and it's a pretty big place. I mean, you can definitely tell I'm not in a one-horse town or anything like that. So, and almost everything runs through, pretty much runs through here because I don't live out in the country or anything. I literally that's why I always say I feel like I'm a country boy who lives in the big city. That's basically how I've always took it. But I do have family that actually do live out in what we call the boonies or the boondocks. So I do have some family members that actually do live out in the country. But me personally, my mom and my dad never did. So, or except my dad did live in a trailer park once upon a time. But yeah, and that just a 1 star filler song, nothing special. I mean, the song's basically a dud, and like basically it's like a little speck or a little, I don't know, like it's like a little speck in Garth's career or something. It's like just there. It doesn't really do anything. So yeah, what's your opinion, Trish?
Okay, I'm just going to save us all a lot of trouble, and I'm going to read my exact notes.
Okay.
Okay, nobody gets off in this town. Most boring town ever. No stars. I swear to God.
Okay, without that speechless.
My exact notes.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, me and Wild Bill kind of rambled a little bit, so I guess to save some time, just be blunt about it, Trish.
It sucks. I hate it. I wish he hadn't recorded it. I almost wish it hadn't been written, except for the fact that Wild Bill got such a good kick out of it.
yeah. I think that's why he said it was worth it. Then it was worth it that Wild Bill was there.
That made it worth it right there. Hearing Wild Bill laugh about it.
I was torn. I was torn between 0 stars and 1 star. So I will be honest with you. That's why I was torn. But since Wild Bill was generous and gave it 1.5 stars, I was like, okay, I may be able to give it 1 star because Wild Bill basically. I'll be honest with you. It's Wild Bill's opinion that kind of influenced my opinion on my star rating, if that makes sense. But in all honesty, without Bill's story, I probably would have been like 0 stars. I mean, most boring town ever. I probably would have said that too. So,
I will say some. I think honestly, and I usually don't defend Garth recording songs like this right here, but
Yeah.
in all honesty, I think even Garth, he probably heard this song, he probably busted out laughing to it and said, "You know what? I'm going to record this song
Yeah.
because there's going to be some person somewhere that's going to hear this song and is like, yeah, that's their town, and they're going to get a kick out of it." And if he recorded it for me, then more power to you, Garth. But you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, so I mean, I'll defend that and say,
Yeah.
hey, that's probably the reason why he recorded it to be a thing that
Oh yeah.
someone
Yeah.
actually could relate to. So I have
Yeah.
seen some. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think my town is small, but I've seen smaller. So
Damn. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Mikey, 0 stars.
Yep.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one then.
Yeah.
It's number 9 on the original track
Yeah.
listing. It's called "I Know One." Alvin?
I know one. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what your opinions are going to be on this song, but I was listening to this one. There was another song that started making me reminisce. I don't know what. Like, if it was just reminiscing about like a old relationship or what. But for some reason, I started listening to the lyrics, and when he would be like, only a fool would do it after the way you've done, and how many fools would have you? I know one. And I don't know. I started thinking of all kinds of people that could get together because I started even thinking. I even started like twisting like where this ex could get with that ex because they're both psychopaths. So I mean, I don't know why I started thinking about that. I mean, see, and that part of me was like, I mean, even I started thinking about like. I must have been a real fool at one point because I kept going, like taking back a certain ex, even though I knew they cheated on me time and time again. I still gave them a chance after a chance. Like people thought I was crazy in previous relationships, believe it or not. But this thing, I don't want to say growing up, but when it comes to relationships, when I started getting like when I started to realize what love is or what it's like having somebody. I actually started thinking, basically. I mean, even after being cheated on and broken up with, and this and that, trying to keep the same person, I started to realize the pattern going on there, and I basically started realizing, I think I'm the type of person who would rather be in a bad relationship than not one at all. I mean, even though people keep telling me I need to stay single for a while, even after my breakup with my ex-boyfriend, I mean, both you and Elsa were basically telling me that I need to just stay single for a while and work on myself and to bet on myself. That, I mean, I need to take a break from relationships. I mean, so that's why I'm trying. That's basically what I'm trying to do right now. And I don't know, but at the same time, I will be honest with you. I feel like I am the type of person who actually will go about saying I hate being single. I even have friends that say that as well. I hate being single. But yeah. Other than that, a part of me, I will be honest with you. I do feel like this is a filler track, though. So don't get me wrong. I do feel like it is a little bit of filler. Maybe not as much filler as the previous song. So I will actually give this song a little bit more of a better rating. But at the same time, it's still not one of my favorite songs. And it's probably not a Garth song I'll probably ever listen to ever again after this review. I mean, I will. So I will. I mean, I'm just going to be blunt like that because if you think I'm just going to, after this review, I'm going to go back. It's like, you know what I'm in the mood for? I'm in the mood for I Know One. Like, I got yeah, that's not going to happen. So I'll give the song 2 stars for effort and for actually resonating with me in a way that I started to like. It started. I was like, I can actually relate to the song and to an extent, and it made me think about past relationships. And that's why I have a funny story. Like Wild Bill's funny resonation with the last track. I mean, about like nobody gets off in this town. Like, oh, well, that's true. I mean, where he lives. My funny story about this song is basically, well, all my exes are crazy, and they can pretty much get with each other for all I care. I mean, they're both all fours, like or something. I mean, they're both like. I don't know why. I mean, this song could have be about totally something different, but that was my reaction to the song when I was listening to it. So that's why I'm just pointing out there how I took the song. And so I was like, so yeah, 2 stars for effort, and definitely a filler track, and definitely another spec in his career that, I mean, it's basically not like, it's not like a song that was ever going to become a hit anyway, even if he had released it, at least in my opinion. Not to mention his voice. See, this thing, maybe if the song had been recorded by another artist, like actually George Strait, or Alan Jackson or something, I probably would have liked the song more. Or even
Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, or Dwight Yoakam. Yeah, Dwight Yoakam. I could hear him singing this song.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. Dwight, see, that's the thing. I will be honest with you. Certain songs on this album, I probably would have liked more if they were recorded by a different artist. I don't know. Is that weird? Like, I mean, maybe it's because when it comes to music,
sometimes a song just doesn't fit an artist.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the voice. So, do you believe that does happen to some artists, even though Garth was the original artist of some like?
Yeah, and I also think that if you are a really, really good artist, if you really know your own capabilities,
yeah,
somebody can pitch you a song and you'll turn it down because no, that's not.
Yeah.
Good. And I'll give you a prime example of that. Reba McEntire got pitched a song and she went, "Ooh, that's a number 1 song right there. It's not my number 1, but it's definitely a number 1." And she turned it down, and she was right.
Yeah. What song was that?
And then they pitched it to Martina McBride, who recorded it, released it, and it was huge. Independence Day.
Oh, I knew you was going to say that. I was like, I honestly did not know that. I did not know that song almost became Reba's, but I feel like I've heard the story about like that.
Mm-hmm.
That Reba did actually turn down a song that became a big country.
Yeah, and she knew it would be big, but she knew it wasn't for her.
Yeah. Like, well, I know this is not probably like a very Laystone fact, because I mean, I don't know if you knew that. I do remember there was a fact about Reba McEntire from years ago, I remember. And that's the fact that Reba McEntire almost was in the movie Titanic. I don't know if you knew that or not.
She was originally slated to play, or they originally wanted her to play the part that Kathy Bates played.
Oh, yeah, because I know
Insensible Molly Brown.
Yeah, and Reba actually turned it down. I remember hearing about that. I remember telling my mom about that too, and my mom was like, "Oh my god!" Like just thinking about Reba in that part.
Yeah, but she turned it down because music is first for her, no matter what.
Yeah,
and she already had concerts and shows and everything scheduled, and she was like, "No, I can't put my music on the back burner for this. I would love to, but my fans and my music comes first."
Yeah. So it wasn't that she was just totally against being in a movie. No.
She would have loved the opportunity, but her music came first.
Yeah.
Okay. But I know one.
Yeah. So let's get Trish's opinion. 2 stars for me, by the way, for anybody who could catch my.
Okay. I know one personally. I think this song sucks. Okay, but I can tell you. It is a song about a guy who is so, I don't know, out of his mind in love with this person that he would take her back in a heartbeat, even though she has treated him like shit the whole time they were together. Okay, basically it is, and she treats everybody that way. Okay, every person she's ever with, she treats them that way. So it's basically when everyone has left you because they're sick to death of the way you treat them, and nobody wants anything to do with you, when you have no one left and you are in desperate need of anyone who will forgive you and take you back when you need that kind of a fool. Well, I know one, because I am that fool.
Yeah.
I am a big enough fool to take you back, even though you treat every relationship that you're in like shit. Please treat me like shit again. Yeah. I love you that much.
Yeah, well, that's basically my ex-girlfriend. That's why I told you it resonated with everybody in every relationship.
That's basically it. He is that out of his mind in love with me. And it's really sad. But what's even sadder is that actually happens.
Yeah, and
There
people
are
thought I
people
was.
like that in this world. They love somebody so much
Yeah,
that they would let them treat them like shit for the rest of their lives and wouldn't care.
yeah,
And it's sad because if somebody is that in love with somebody,
yeah,
a relationship they could have, I mean, just the capability, the possibilities. If they could find a person that they could be that in love with that would treat them good back, oh my God, can you imagine how beautiful that love would be? But instead, they happen to fall for the one person that's going to treat them like shit. That sucks. Okay, that's basically the gist of the song.
yeah.
And it's, I don't care for the song, so I'll give it half a star. But the fact that it actually happens in real life is even sadder than the song itself. And you see these people, you probably know somebody that's like this. Whether you realize it or not, you probably know somebody that's like this.
I was told I was that guy at one point. I'll be honest. That's why I told you. People told me I was crazy. Why would you take her back? She's cheating on you behind your back, and she's treating you like shit. She's like, why are you so in love with this person?
And
Like,
sometimes it's just because they're that
Yeah.
desperate to be,
yeah,
oh God, in a relationship. Because they don't want to be alone. I'm sorry, Alvin, that was not directed to you, okay?
okay,
I swear I was not directing that towards you.
okay.
It's just that some people are honestly that uncomfortable not being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to throw it over to Wild Bill.
Oh, well, I will say one thing about this song. I like it better than I like the previous song. I don't think it's as much of a dud as the other song because actually taking this song here, given to the right artist, would actually be a fairly decent song. And when I was listening to this song coming down the road today on the way home, and just by the music and the way it's put together and how it's presented, I sit there and said, I said, you know what? I said, you know who would do this song justice, and that was Dwight Yoakam, because that the way this out, the way the words are written, and the way the music and stuff is right down his alley. It's like
really
rolling a strike for him in the bowling alley. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so um so yeah, I mean, I'll give it 1 star just because I think it's all in all, it's not a bad song. It's just who done the song. And don't get me wrong. I mean, you no matter what as an artist, and even if you think, well, you know, I'm gonna take a chance on this song, and you might fail miserably, but you know, who knows? You could take a chance on a song and think you're gonna fail miserably, and it'll be a grand slam out of the park.
Yeah.
And then you could take a song and you think, oh man, this is gonna be. If you look at, and I hate to say this, and don't get me wrong, what I'm fixing to say, I am a big stickler on filler tracks, but if every artist looked their songs as, well, this is just a filler track, then you're never gonna, because every artist, regardless of whether me and you might think a song sucks, an artist has put time, blood, sweat, and tears in their songs. So to them, every song is great. It may not come out that way, but it's still, to them, it's part of their being. So yeah, it's a great song. So I mean, like I said, taking this song, given to the right artist, ought to be a number one. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't look at it as a dud. It's in the sake that it's just a totally shit song. No, I just think Garth don't do this song justice. Is all.
Yeah.
So for that instance, I give it like 1 star.
Okay. Cool. I guess I'm the one that gave it the biggest rating. Well, maybe it's because I actually resonated with it. I mean, I don't know what.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. What I don't know what to tell you.
The 3 of us in here, we all have our own opinions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now
Yeah.
track number 10, which was originally the last track on the album. So this is the end of the regular track listing. Okay, we'll have one more song after this, but that's the bonus track that was thrown in the box set. Anyway, moving on. This is The Dance. I mean, I don't think anybody really needs to say anything about this song and or / this video, but I'm gonna anyway. This is absolutely the best song Garth Brooks has ever done in his entire career. It will always be one of his 2 signature songs. And the best way to put this is, okay, yes, it is a Love Gone Wrong song, but to once again borrow from Garth, I'm going to do this, guys. Just bear with me. To a lot of people, The Dance is a Love Gone Bad song, which, that it is. But to me, it's always been a song about life, or maybe the loss of those people that have given the ultimate sacrifice for a dream that they believed in, like the John F. Kennedys or the Martin Luther Kings, the John Waynes or the Keith Whitleys. And if they could come back, I think they would say to us what the lyrics of The Dance says. My life is better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. I would never compare myself to any of the folks that's seen in the video. But if for some reason, God forbid, something should happen to me, I hope they played The Dance for me. Because, I mean, that's it. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. And I wouldn't miss this for the world.
That's one of the most beautiful quotes in all cinema. I'm just going to put it out there. I mean, even though it's not my turn to speak, but still, I just say that.
That's basically all I'm going to say. Wild Bill? Oh, wait. 5 stars.
Oh,
Wild Bill?
I couldn't have said it. I couldn't have said it no better. But I'm gonna be honest with you about something. Now, I don't disagree with any of that. I love this song. It's probably, hell, it may be one of the most beautiful songs of all time.
Yep.
But I really think that the video takes this song to just a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Because when you sit there and you watch John Wayne, you watch Keith Whitley, you watch Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, those people who blew up in the Challenger, and then Lane Frost. I mean, it makes you think, because, I mean, you think about something. Now, this video come out either late 89 or early 90. And you think about something. Now, John Wayne, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King had all died, years before. And it doesn't take, and what I'm trying to say is that doesn't like take away from the significance of the song, but you think of years the people died, you have that year. Then you turn around and have Keith Whitley die the same year. And all of them people in that video, and at the time when you see that video, man, your heart just like goes, bam. When you're like, damn, just look at all that tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the loss of those people who were icons. I mean, you take Lane Frost, the greatest bull rider of all time. You take, John Wayne, considered one of the greatest movie stars of all time. Maybe Kennedy, the best president. Martin Luther King changed the world in race relations, and then Keith Whitley, hell, some bitch was a great singer. I mean, you can't. I mean, he's wrote some of the most beautiful ballads of fucking all time. I mean, like "Don't Close My Eyes." I mean, God, that song just.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
So, and when you see that video, it just really brings to perspective what I would always tell people: if you want to listen to the dance, watch the video.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the song, watch the video. Then you'll understand what the song means. And 5 stars, without a doubt. I mean, there's no there's question in that.
Alvin.
I don't know. This song just makes me so emotional. But yeah, I feel like I couldn't have said it better myself. And just that quote that Trish had read, basically from, I mean, basically what she said was as how like Garth basically said in the opening of the video, like the opening quote, the opening monologue. I honestly was serious when I said that. That I do believe that's one of the greatest quotes of all time. Like when it comes to like cinema, whether it's from a music video or a movie or a TV show, just I don't know, just television in general. I mean, that quote it's always struck with me all these years later. Even when Trish was basically saying it off, like it took me back. Like, am I watching the video again? Like just with Trish's voice. I mean, because that quote just resonated with me all these years. Not to mention, I was listening. We're not actually listening. I was actually watching the Ultimate Hits DVD that had like the music videos from that album, because it did have a bonus disc with music with some of his music videos on it, and I remember watching the dance music video a lot after my grandmother passed away, and we were planning her funeral. And this was actually one of the songs that I originally was thinking right off the bat that I wanted played at her funeral, at my grandmother's funeral, because I knew that grandma was like such a huge Garth Brooks fan, and this was one of the songs that I felt always had that meaning, like pretty much like losing a loved one, but also, I mean, like I said, songs that basically has like a double meaning. So, but yeah, this song has always like resonated with me, even the music video to this day, and just thinking about now, watching the video today, listening to the song, I always think about my grandmother pretty much, and her life, basically the celebration of her life and all that. And I just remember all the memories that I even made with my grandmother years ago. I mean, growing up, because my grandmother literally was my whole world growing up. Like, I actually did grow up a grandma's boy. Not only was I a mama's boy, but I was also a grandma's boy as well. So in a way, she was like a second mom to me, my own grandmother, and she was like my safe place, like as a grandmother should be, in my opinion. But yeah, this song definitely 5 stars. I could have said better myself, but I did want to point out one thing before we kind of wrap up the review, I guess. I don't know if anybody's heard it, but one of my favorite covers of this song is by Mindy McCready. You already knew I was going to say Mindy McCready. Yeah. I think I mentioned that in the first review as well. But I do love Mindy McCready's cover of this. And after Mindy McCready's death back in 2013, I listened to that song, to her version a lot. And I was like, the song almost, it feels like the song resonates with Mindy McCready's life in a way. I mean, everything that she had been through in her life, and the fact that she had covered this song just a few years before her unfortunate passing. I mean, I don't want to go into details about that, but still, I do love Mindy McCready's version. So, and Mindy McCready, in my opinion, has one of the most beautiful voices in all of music. So yeah, I do believe she was definitely a definite artist that, her cover, basically, I just wanted to say that she definitely deserved to cover the song, in my opinion. Like that she did the song justice. And even though the original will always be the best, by the one and only Garth Brooks, even though I'm not trying to stroke his ego or anything, I'm just saying this was actually one of the songs of his career that I do believe was meant to be there. I mean, like even though Garth has made some bad decisions in his life and his career, and he's a terrible businessman, this was actually one of the good things that Garth ever did in his career. Was pretty much this song. So yeah, 5 stars all the way. One of his best songs, period. Actually, one of the best songs in all of country music. If I was to make a country music playlist, this song would be at the very top, like, of the playlist, because I was like, you can't have a country music playlist without the dance. In my opinion, it's a very classic country song, and I mean that's why I also feel proud that it also came off his first album, the album that came out the year I was born, 1989, baby. So yeah. So yeah, 5 stars, 10 stars, 20 stars, 100,000 stars. I mean, this song's it's one of the best songs in all music, period, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And I guess that wraps up our review. Oh yeah. We're still gonna do the top 3, don't we?
No. Well, yes, but no, that's not what I was going to say. We have the
Oh.
bonus track that was in the.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we also had the bonus track. See, that's the thing. I actually listened to the limited.
Yes, Landon, I saw your comment there. The footage of Keith Whitley, Keith Whitley and Laurie Morgan that's in the dance video is actually footage directly from Keith Whitley's Homecoming '63 video.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Well, I knew Keith Whitley was in the video, but
yeah, it's from his video Homecoming '63. All that footage that you see of him and Laurie, it's directly from the video Homecoming '63. Okay. Last track, it is the bonus track that was in the box set when Garth released his first box set, the limited series. Yeah. And it is called Uptown, Down Home, Good Old Boy. Wild Bill, throw it over to you.
Okay.
This is another cowboy song, and pretty much what this song is basically about is he was a bronc rider or whatever it was, got hurt, can't rodeo no more, kind of down on his luck, and then he all of a sudden his life gets turns around when a Western wear company hears about his fame and everything like that, and decide they want to come and his name and stuff, and now he's pretty much sitting in a big old office making millions of dollars, but to him and to everything else, because he's still a down home good old country boy, because he doesn't care about all that stuff. It's just he's there because he's there pretty much. I mean, I am going to say something about this song. I really like this song. I enjoyed this song. This is probably one of my favorite songs from that whole era where he released all those different tracks. And I'm just going to say, why in the hell Garth didn't put this song on the album to begin with beats the hell out of me. Because the only explanation I could think about was he might have thought, well, if I put this song on the album, I got too many cowboy songs on there, and I don't want to be sort of kind of a niche audience, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I think maybe he might have chose to leave this song off the album, but I could have actually rather had seen this song on there than maybe one of the other songs that he had on there. But as far as the re-release songs, I love this song, or not the re-release song, of the bonus tracks. I'm gonna give this one 4.5 stars because I really enjoy this song.
Oh wow,
Alvin.
Okay, well this is awkward. I didn't really care. I didn't really care for this song. but see this thing. Even though I don't even know what I said about the song the first time around, but it's I liked it, but it's I didn't like it. So it's another song that was meet in the middle. I mean, it is better than a couple of other songs that was on this album for sure. But yeah, it's definitely not a song that I'm gonna praise to high heaven or anything. I don't know. It's basically just there, in my opinion. And even though it is a cowboy song, but yeah, I didn't really have much to say about this song, so maybe that's one reason why I thought that we were at the end of the video after just talking about it, because I didn't really care for this song that much. But I'll give this song like 3 stars. So basically, kind of like meet in the middle. I mean, because it is still better than a couple of the duds that was on the album, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't care for the song. I mean, it's an okay song.
Yeah.
I do like the story of how he. How do I say this? He was a rodeo star, but then he gets hurt and can't ride anymore. And like Wild Bill said, he's down on his luck. But then that company comes along. Okay, but he makes all of this money because that company came along, but he doesn't let it change who he is. He's still wearing the boots and the jeans and the what do you call it, cowboy shirts and the cowboy hat. He doesn't let it change who he is or how he acts. He might be living in a penthouse, but he's still just a good old cowboy at heart. And he didn't let the money change who he was or how he acted. Yeah. That is an aspect I like, because a lot of people would have let it go to their head, Garth. And they would have changed the way they acted. But this guy stuck to his roots. He stuck. I'm kind of talking myself into liking this more and more.
This review or this song? Okay. I was
because a lot of people will make money. It'll change who they are and how they act. And then they get all holier than thou. But this guy stuck to who he was. He didn't let the money change him. I like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Alvin on this. It's, I mean, it's not a great song, but it's not a completely sucky song either. So right in the middle, I'll give it 3 stars.
Okay. I'll say I had no idea that we were going to agree on the same thing, but it's basically, it's like the song didn't really do anything for me, but I still like listening to it. So. Everything okay, Trish? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah, no, I was just shocked. I'm good. No, my son walked over here and lifted his shirt up.
Yeah.
And saw his flat sculpted, and I just didn't expect it. He works out and stuff, so he keeps himself in good shape, but I didn't expect it to be that. Sorry, I just went into shock live on camera.
Oh my God. It's just
I mean, I knew he was in good shape, but I didn't realize it was that good.
Wow.
Oh, now you're going to Vogue for me?
Oh, yeah. Vogue. It's like, let's get Madonna up in here.
Yes.
Up in this bitch.
Love it in a box.
Yeah. You get a Vogue for me.
Okay, now, guys, that is all of the tracks. And I know we did not discuss this ahead of time, but do you guys want to pick your favorite top 3?
Well, I can pick a top 3.
Okay, Alvin, go for it.
Okay. My top 3 from this album. I mean, well, I'll be honest. You may be surprised because I am going to throw out at least one honorable mention. But yeah, all in all, my top 3 is If Tomorrow Never Comes, Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Ode, and The Dance. And a special honorable mention to Every Time That It Rains.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had to give the honorable mention because I love that song too.
Okay.
So yeah.
I would pretty much have to go the same route with Alvin, only mine would be switched from The Dance, probably Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old, and Tomorrow Never Comes with Every Time That It Rains as an honorable mention.
Nice.
Okay. I'm surprised.
Oh my God. Guys, we're gonna go for a threesome. I don't know what you would call it.
Let's do it.
Yes, my favorite three from 3 to 1 would
Three-way.
be.
Yeah, three-way.
Yeah. Much Too Young, If Tomorrow Never Comes, and The Dance being the best. And the honorable mention would be Alabama Clay. I mean, wait a minute. No, that's not right. Damn it. Hang on. Let me look back at that again. I mean, every time that it rains.
Every
Damn.
time. Yeah. Okay. At first, I thought you were gonna say your honorable mention was Alabama Clay.
I almost did. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, every
that's
time.
the first time we have all three picked the same songs.
Oh my God, that's awesome! So, in all honesty, all in all, Wild Bill, thank you for recommending us do this review again. This was a
Yes, actually, thank you very much because I actually had a different opinion on some of the songs after re-listening.
Yeah.
So that was absolutely amazing.
So do you think? So when I go back to watch our first review, am I going to be surprised about your opinions back then compared to now?
Yeah. Oh, there was only 2 video guys. If It Never Comes and The Dance. I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. My favorite is The Dance.
Yeah, mine too. The Dance. Yeah, what's your favorite video, Wabba?
Yeah. Oh, The Dance.
Yeah, The Dance.
So I'm gonna throw. I know I need to get off of here and I need to go to bed, but I'm gonna throw something right quick at y'all.
Okay.
And so, all right, I know you kind of already disagreed. Alvin will probably disagree, but it was something Mikey said earlier that I have been saying the whole week ever since I started listening to this album again. Everybody knows, and Trish said it earlier in the thing, and Garth said it himself. When Garth began music, he wanted to be George Strait. Okay. Now, take a couple songs off of this record. Okay. And Mikey said it before I could say it. This album has George Strait all over it. And the reason I say that is this. If you go back and you listen to the first few albums that George Strait did in the 80s, every one of these songs, except for maybe the 2 duds and maybe like one other, would have been songs that George Strait would have cut. If I could actually see it right now, I could actually take Garth Brooks' vocals off this album. I'll leave everything the way it is and go into the studio and actually put George Strait's vocals on these songs. And I'm willing to bet you 90% of y'all would have a different opinion of this record. What more homage to pay to an artist than to have your first record be a tribute to the guy you think is greater than any other thing? That's what I'm saying. This album has George Strait all over it. If you don't believe me, go listen to Unwound. Then listen to Not Counting You. Go listen to Amarillo by Morning. Go listen to Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old. Go listen to a few other songs and compare them to the songs on this album. It has George Strait up and down on this album. That would be like doing, I'm just going to throw an instance out here. That would be like doing a Bob Seger album or tribute like to Bob Seger because he was your hero and have every song on that album sounds like something he would have done. Reimagine this album. Think about it later. George Strait doing Garth Brooks' debut album. And tell me if it's not George Strait.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Yeah, even Trish is
George
like
Strait to the T.
Oh my
That is why you'll never hear another traditional classic country album from Garth like his debut album, because that album is a homage to George Strait. That's why when you listen, no offense, I know when No Offenses came out, it kind of went a little bit a different direction, but you still take songs like what is it? A New Way to Fly, Victim of the Game. George Strait could have did those songs. Think about it. I mean, there's not too many songs that George hasn't done that I would sit here and say, I mean, just every song I could say, yeah, that song is George Strait. So take this album and imagine George Strait's vocals on this album, and I'm willing to bet you anything, you'd be like, damn, that would be a hell of a record.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to hear that.
And
Actually.
Yeah, to be honest.
Personally, I love this record. And I was disappointed when I found out this album wasn't in the final cut. Because when I think of traditional country albums and I think of Garth Brooks, this is the only album you can recommend. Because this is, like I say, and who is the king of country and who is the king of classic traditional country? George Strait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he is the king.
So, there you go. Yeah, you kind of have to look at it like that. And I know some people, you might disagree, but that's the way I see it.
See, this is why I like doing these Garth album reviews with him.
Yeah, Wild Bill actually has a different perspective, and he actually opens our ears and our eyes in a way,
Oh no.
well, and our minds, oh my god, see this thing, even do this review a second time around. I even told Wild Bill earlier on in the stream, basically. I realized how much I like some of these songs resonated with me more now than it did the first time around, and I actually like it a little more now. So, I mean, it's still not one of the best albums ever, but in my opinion, it's still, I don't know. In a way, it's kind of a solid album, even if there's a couple of duds on it. I mean, there's only 2 duds. Just take them off. I mean, then this album is actually fairly listenable, in my opinion. So. Yeah.
Now, guys, I know we had
one of the, I'm sorry, and one.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, one other aspect I wanted to throw into this, and the reason how you can kind of tie this together.
Yeah.
I have always been a big supporter of the "Blame It All on My Roots" box set. I've always said that as far as music that's not Garth's, that is one of the best collections he's ever put out, and I'll stand by that collection.
Yeah.
Okay. You go listen. If George Strait hadn't have done Unwound and Garth done that song, he could sell that. Because the mark of a great artist is to take a song that someone else has done, pay homage to the artist, keep the tradition of the song, but make it your own. That is the mark of a great artist. And despite the hootad, despite all the dumb shit Garth does, he is an artist, and probably one of the best artists out there. So when you hear Unwound, his version of Unwound, he could sell that song as a Garth Brooks song.
Yeah.
And not taking, and I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I don't talk about him a lot, but I like Keith Whitley. I thought a lot of his songs were great. And to be honest with you, his version of Don't Close Your Eyes is a great homage to Keith Whitley. I think he does that song justice, and I think Garth could sing that song as his own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's why I say when this album, maybe one of this album, as far as unless something just comes out of the blue, this album will always be in my top 5 of favorite Garth albums.
Damn, what a lead-in.
Yeah.
Actually, what I was going to say was, guys, I know we talked about this before, but we didn't get a chance. What our original plan was when we did this re-review was to give a list of our top 5 Garth Brooks albums. And we didn't get a chance to do that. Do you guys want to do that one night and just give our top 5 albums by Garth Brooks?
I mean, I actually wouldn't mind.
That's fine.
I actually, after what Wild Bill said tonight, this may sound crazy, but I feel like I want to actually go through all of Garth's albums again. Even though it could be torture for some, I actually want to listen to his albums one by one and actually get my take on what album would I, if I was to, like, what Garth albums would I actually want to own, if that makes sense. I mean, compared to all the others. So yeah, I'm actually down for that.
One night when I'm streaming, if you guys want to join me, we can give a list. Now, I'm not going to do it like the very next stream because we all need time to go back through his albums and stuff.
Yeah.
But whenever you guys feel like you're ready, let me know.
Okay, so it could be a month from now, 2 months from now.
Yeah, it could be. And we'll do it whenever you guys want. Album, not to put any pressure on you. But I went ahead and set up the Taylor review, even though I've not listened to it.
Wait, really?
I set it for... Hang on, let me look at the calendar.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I was either going to say, let's schedule that now before you end the stream tonight, or I was going to ask you to Skype me later.
I actually scheduled it for the last Thursday in October.
Okay, yeah, well, that's actually perfect.
29th.
Yeah.
If that's not good for you, let me know and we'll change it. I just wanted to get I'm sorry, let me try that again. I just wanted to get the stream set up so that everybody knows, yes, we are officially doing a Taylor review of Folklore. Wild Bill, I'm not going to be mean enough to invite you to join us.
But
in
Rob,
the comments though.
yeah, yeah, in the comment. But don't forget to invite Robert.
Yes, Robert, you're more than welcome to join us on screen. You and Wild Bill both.
Yeah.
That will be October 29th at 8-ish.
Oh, what? What'd you say, Wild Bill?
I'll be Elsa's backup.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, Robert, I mean, you never know. Robert might be there too. So, I mean, think about that, Trish. That's going to be one hell of a fun night. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, we're going to have,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
What if it turns out that I hate this album?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what if Trish actually despises something?
Yeah, Wild Bill would be thrilled.
Yeah, Wild Bill would probably be in the comments like, hell yes. Come on, burn that bitch. Or something like that.
Okay, but I went ahead and officially set up the stream for that day, but if we get a chance, we can do it before that. Probably not, but I can always change the date. That's never a problem.
Well, to be honest, I actually see, for me, even though I do get busy sometimes, I feel like I would have more time to listen to the album than you, Trish. Yeah. So if you ever feel like you're actually ready to do the review, come like mid-October or something, I wouldn't mind doing it that early in the month if you wanted to. Just whenever you're ready, Trish, just let me know. Message me on Skype. I mean, just let me know if you're ready to do it and ready to.
You know what we could do? We could be really mean and schedule the top 5 Garth albums at the same time and get Wild Bill on screen with us during a Taylor review.
That's big enough.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Okay, that was actually clever. That was a clever segue. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm actually glad. I mean, because you're not really putting any pressure on me. Not to mention, I was even telling Trish that some of the songs on this album do have that kind of autumn-y, like Halloween, October feel. So I even said that October would actually be the perfect time to do this review. So I really hope it comes through and we can do it next month in October. So try your hardest to find time to listen to the album, Trish.
Do it in October too. Anyway,
yeah, we can do it in October. Yes, I love Trish.
I know I said this already, but Wild Bill, I have to thank you again for suggesting this re-review because I know I didn't give a lot of the songs a bunch of stars, but I have a whole new appreciation for this album that I didn't have the first time we reviewed it.
Yeah.
I like some of these songs better than I did the first time we reviewed it. So that's all based on just you saying, hey, would you like to do a re-review? If you hadn't asked us to do that, I never probably would have ever sat down and re-listened to the whole album again.
Yeah.
But I did because of you. And it gave me a whole new look at the album. So thank you for suggesting this.
Yeah, that's why I was like, thank you. Like, I still can't believe I shit on Cowboy Bill the first time around.
I know, right?
And now I like it. And it's ironic because you said, what? Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you.
Honestly, I get it. Honestly, I get it.
Yeah.
I just want to say right quick, guys, in closing, because I really do need to go. But I wanted to say thank y'all for letting me do this with y'all. It's been a blast, and even though there were times when we had to reschedule and all that stuff, and it took longer than I wanted to, probably longer than we all wanted to. But I really
well, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of hoping.
But anyway, these have been kind of a therapy for me because I opened up a lot about a lot of things I probably wouldn't have. Yeah. And in doing that, it's helped me with some of the issues that I've had. Yeah. And being able to just bring those things forward and realizing to myself that, hey, you have to deal with some of these issues that you have. You just can't keep them bottled up inside and letting them eat away at you. You know what I'm saying? So this has probably been more of a medicine for me than probably y'all. And I am eternally grateful to you guys letting me be a part of this. And maybe we can all agree on another artist sometime and do this again.
Well, that's the thing.
Would be really
hoping
so thanks for that, guys. I really appreciate it, and thanks for let's going back and do this album because, like I said, it's one of my favorite albums, and not only that, but I was kind of hoping too that it would give y'all a different outlook and a different take on the album, and maybe even what I said at the end of the album, kind of help you look at the album a little bit different as far as some of the songs, Just because Garth because Garth done give them to another artist, and who knows, that could be a #1 hit for them, So it's one of those, and so I'm just gonna say thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I love y'all to death, you know that, and I'm fixing to sign out. And for all of y'all that was in the streams, thank you for being here. Love all y'all. And hopefully, I can't guarantee you because as a family, we're going out and doing some stuff this weekend because it's my weekend off. So I'm going to stream, but don't hold me to it. I'll let y'all know maybe more tomorrow or early Saturday or something. Whether I'm definitely streaming or not. Yeah. But
it's just Garth's phrase. Don't hold me to it.
But, don't hold me to it. Oh yeah. But
don't hold me.
I did want to
throw it out there.
But I did want to say one more thing
ahead,
before you sign off, Bill. This may come as a shocker to people, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this live on camera. But when it came to doing the top 3 and then the honorable mention, if I was to give another honorable mention to a song, it was actually going to be Cowboy Bill.
Oh.
So it's kind. I was torn. I was actually torn between Every Time It Rains and Cowboy Bill. But Every Time It Rains holds more of a sentimental meaning to me. But Cowboy Bill also resonated with me as well, and that's why I actually appreciated that song more so than ever. Because I didn't appreciate it at all last year for some reason. What the hell was I thinking? So I just wanted to point that out there, to drop that bombshell out there. That Cowboy Bill actually almost made an honorable mention for me this time around.
If Garth ever does release Fun, I would like for the 3 of us to do this again.
Oh yes, yeah, for sure. Where if Garth actually does pour his head out of his house long enough to release the album, then yes, we definitely need to do this again sometime. That's why I feel
is in a hurry, so I'm gonna go ahead and let him do his sign out.
yeah. But yeah, this feels like the end of an era.
It is.
Yeah.
One other thing. Will Triple Live actually be live, or will it be Memorex?
Oh yeah, baby. But,
Anyway,
yeah.
love y'all guys, and thank y'all again, really, truly.
Yeah.
And so my signature sign off here. This is Wild Bill saying, "Stay dead, my friends."
Stay dead, Wild Bill.
And we love you too, Wild Bill, and we are honored
Right.
to have you in here with us. And I can't wait for all three of us to do this together again.
Yeah.
Alvin, would you like to do your sign out?
Okay, yeah. Well, this has been your favorite chipmunk boy, Alvin here, the Chiposaurus Rex duckling. But yeah, this feels like an end of an era, and just gotta say thank you for this long, crazy ride that we've been on for the last year or so doing Garth album reviews. But yeah, and don't forget to stay giggity, everybody. And I am monking out.
Alrighty. Well, I think that is going to do it for now. For Wild Bill, Alvin, and myself, guys, thank you for joining me on screen. Thank you for every review we've done together, and I can't wait for the opportunity for the three of us to do this again. And
Yeah.
it does feel like the end of an era, but not exactly the end, because we still have an album coming.
Yes.
Sometime within the next century.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll
yeah.
do a fun review.
Yeah. It just might be 2, 5, 10 years from now. So,
Yeah.
Like,
but guys, thank you for hanging out in the comments. Thank you for your input. And that is going to do it for now for Wild Bill, Alvin, and myself. That is going to do it for now. This is Icepets Queen, and we are tripping out.
and we miss you, Elsa. Hello, nurse.